Hey, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. I'm here with Mayhem Miller.
Yeah.
Apple, as well as the Weendawg.
What's up, dude?
It's going to be a great show tonight. Today. Great show today at noon. 3 in a row, people. I want to thank Speedweed. Listen, marijuana is legal in most places, I think, right? Is it half and half or whatever? And
smash up job reading the fucking advertising.
He just walks away when he starts to read it.
With a baby in his hands, talking about smoking weed.
Marijuana is legal, okay? So have it delivered right to you, okay? Don't go to dispensaries. They're a trap. Ask Jon Jones. So marijuana, go to speedweed.com, follow them at Speedweed. I was telling Weendawg, normally I have like 3 pages of notes for the podcast. We do it once or twice a week, whatever. But I was up at 7 o'clock in the morning cooking breakfast, and then I had to watch the baby until 9. Then we had to have date night. So I have no notes for this podcast, is what I'm trying to say.
Perfect. Well, listen, I work best when flying by the seat of my pants, bro.
You want somebody to have notes.
Notes? Yeah, that's true. I did say we should have some notes. But I'm just saying, like, I just realized that everybody and their brother has, like, now, after we've done this for like 3-4 times, everybody else is catching on. Like, we're ahead of the cusp, bro. Yeah. All those people are like now cranking up podcasts. Even Dana White is sitting in quarantine doing the same damn thing. Once again, stealing a tip from Mayhem.
Now, maybe you and Dana should have a heart-to-heart, because I know he likes you. I know there's a place for you in his heart. I know he deep down likes you. You know that, right? You know he likes you.
Loves me, yeah.
Most people do like you. Even if they don't like you, there's a deep part of themselves that like have a place because they know you're a good person. You got a big heart. You
can't exactly hate me all the time. No. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think, I know I'm a good person because I'm looking out through my eyes, but it's like more fun for like the journalists to like paint me in a bad light because I did get in a feud with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. And, you can't really win when you're feuding with the people in power. So, it's like all my fights. I was trying to win the whole time until I lost.
Right. But by the way, I'm in a much better place today than I was yesterday. And thank you for all the comments. I actually read the comments today on the podcast from yesterday. And they were all.
I told you, bro. I told you.
I know. I couldn't.
I'm not going to read the comments. You always read the comments.
I'm not reading them anymore. But I'm just saying, a lot of people, they were super nice, but it's almost, I feel like in some ways I'm the kid that like people pick on until I go home, and then everyone's like, I'm bored, let's invite Adam over again. So they feel bad. So I'm like, hey man, come over, I'm your friend. And then I come over, everyone gets comfortable, and then fucks me again. But it's okay, I get it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But anyway, thank you for the nice comments. I didn't necessarily have a breakdown. I was just, listen, I'm just telling the truth of how I feel, and if I can't tell the truth to you guys over a podcast on the internet, then how can I, So, anyway.
Well, I mean, wait, it's funny because I bet a lot of those people, this is their first time watching the show, and they don't realize that basically I push you to a breakdown every episode, and then the cycle starts all over again. You know what I mean? Like you calm down. We all pat you on the back, and then you like relax, and you're back funny again. But I mean, breakdown is.
Well, a lot of times during my comedy shows, I have breakdowns on stage.
I've seen it, and it's pretty funny.
And so I honestly, but anyway, thank you for the nice words. Just so you know, it was very nice. It was very nice of you guys, and thanks for the support. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for reaching out. But just
are you saying that you got a support group now? Is that what's going on?
I don't know what this has evolved into. I'm just saying that I just felt good reading them. That's all I'm saying. And I'm in a better place today than I was yesterday. But that's just life. Sometimes, obviously, but I wasn't in a bad place. I was just fucking vocalizing my shit because, it is a show, and I find it entertaining. And you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, somebody who is having a breakdown, we got to talk about because right when I thought we had nothing to talk about today, Jon Jones saves the day once again. Jon Jones, last night during a pandemic, where I'm pretty sure New Mexico is on lockdown. I'm not sure if they're on lockdown, but they should be because California's on lockdown. Why isn't Albuquerque? Blah, blah, blah. So from what I hear, allegedly, he was driving around drinking Masvidal's new alcohol, shooting his AR-15 in the air, and then got pulled over and was drunk. So he had a firearm and was shooting it in the air and was a DUI during a nationwide pandemic. So,
bro, that's the Albuquerque fucking hat trick, bro. Hey, you know what, man? Let me tell you. Jon Jones, if you're out there, this is a public service announcement. Mayhem Miller. I will be happy to drive you around while you shoot your AR-15 off in the air, okay, drunk, all right? I will be bone sober during this thing, and you got to pay me like bare minimum, bro. And we'll record it, okay? Because I want to get an early start to the apocalypse just like you. So please, reach out to me, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, fans only, eHarmony, whatever, man. Come at me, bro.
So this is your PSA to Jon Jones? This is you reaching out?
I'm just saying, look, I know I'm probably not the best guy to give some damn advice, you know, about this specific subject, you know, doing crazy shit. But I am, because I've kind of moved on from that phase of my life. And there's a way to not get busted and still do crazy shit.
Right.
You know, and I think that he's just totally missing it. He's totally missing that window. There's a window where you could do crazy shit, but just not get busted for it. And right now, he's just all over the line. He's a habitual line stepper.
But don't you think maybe he's done that? He keeps getting away with it, which is why he's doing it. Like, how many times is he doing this and not getting caught? Versus
You know, dude, we live in America, bro. The only time that he's gonna have to pay the price is when he runs out of money.
Right.
There you go.
Here's the problem here, because, you know, I mean, granted, it's great for jokes. I'll read some of them that I wrote today. Actually, I was actually pretty excited about some of my jokes, which were.
Don't tell us you're. God damn it, Adam! Just tell the jokes. Don't say they're jokes. Are you not getting this?
No.
You've been a professional comedian for like 45 years.
But I forgot them.
45 years.
Just write them down.
All right.
Keep them next.
All right. So Jon,
write them on Violet's ass.
Oh my God.
Jokes on Violet's ass, you fucking weirdo.
Under diaper.
Okay,
never mind.
That's fine.
Take it literally.
That's fine. I don't know. All right. So Jon Jones has to do community service, which includes teaching Mike Perry how to read.
That was a good one.
Boom. Word is Jon Jones. The cop told him to touch his nose, and he poked him in the eye.
That was a solid joke.
The DWI, the judge has already rewarded Jon Jones a controversial split decision. All right. Jon Jones was arrested for a DUI. The UFC will punish him by making him watch a replay of the Romero Stylebender fight.
Boy, that was a good one.
A little wordy. Diego Sanchez, his trainer, said that he taught Jon Jones how to keep getting arrested while taking no damage.
That's a good one.
That was a fuck you. That was a good one.
Part of the podcast is over.
The UFC moved his trial from Albuquerque to LA.
Yeah. Hey, the funny part is that it was actually old Dominic Reyes who was shooting the AR-15, but Jon got the charge.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. Boom. I like that one. Good little Jon Jones. It's a good thing he's not letting the coronavirus affect his training.
Yeah, I saw that one on Twitter already. It was good. It was solid.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, all right. Those were by Jon Jones.
Oh, Violet, baby. Violeta. It's Mayhem.
Wants to put the cap on.
Violet. Hi.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. She loves Uncle Mayhem.
We know Mayhem. All right, you make
she cried when it went to Ween.
Yeah, I should turn off my spotlight video.
All right, hold on. I gotta get.
Look, you look like a molester in this lighting, dude. You look really creepy, Ween.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Nah,
it's the mood lighting, and they go to LED.
Hey, Adam, you know, I think that 2/3 of the people on this podcast are video game fans. And like we, you know, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been gaming my ass off. I've been playing League of Legends. because I would like to recommend Doom Eternal.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a throwback. It's the damn most fun. The game is giving me attention deficit disorder, bro. I dream about it all night. Pretty much my entire life is like this weird digital heavy metal soundtrack, bro. I'm kind of freaking out right now.
And you're not streaming to Twitch at all?
Man, I don't know if I could stream to Twitch because I don't have a camera connected to my damn Xbox. So I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know how that works. I guess I got to do some research because although I will say I pretty much suck at video games, pretty damn entertaining to watch me scream and yell about, the demons that are taking over my soul.
Yeah, dude, you'd be great on Twitch. You're like the perfect Twitch personality, as opposed to me where I just sit here and do nothing.
Money on it, though. You gotta,
you gotta dude?
You gotta do things people pay you to do it, though. You gotta get sponsored. You can't be just another hobby that you're not making cash at.
Well, bro, get me a THC sex lube sponsorship, and I'll post videos of me playing Doom Eternal while he finger blasts himself with THC oil in the background. I'd be down to do that.
He wants to give me the bottle.
Well, obviously, you're always whining.
That was a good one. First of all, Mayhem, I reached out to Chael Sonnen about hiring you as a commentator. Okay, I hooked you up with an agent, and I'm trying to get you another job. I'm trying to get you paid, brother.
Bro, I already have an agent. His name is Adam Greenberg. He's like one of the best agents of all time. I mean, really, they say that the Jews have a natural proclivity to do, and I tend to agree.
Yes.
Is it racist if it's racist if it's a good thing?
No, absolutely not. So what do you think the problem is with Jon Jones? Do you think it's because he keeps almost getting in trouble? Like he keeps getting in
Listen. My wild ass only calmed down when I had to go sit in a box for a while. Okay? That, for me, unfortunately, was the way I had to do it. I don't know how he's going to get there. And a lot of time, you can age out of some of this wild behavior. But the problem that he's having, you're right. There's not much consequence. I feel bad for Jon because, I don't feel bad. Let me rephrase that. I can empathize with Jon because he's up here at this elevated best of the world kind of status where, he's got tons of cash for doing something that he's really great at. And it's hard not to let your ego fly away. I totally understand why he's doing the things that he's doing. But maybe, he could change up the people around him and that will help.
I mean, but he knows, hey man, there's no way he doesn't know right now. Don't drive drunk. Don't shoot your gun in the air. I mean, he's not an idiot. He's a very bright guy. He's a genius when it comes to fighting.
But look, man, when you get a little bit lit, all right, and you're, the best fighter in the world, it's hard not to go a little crazy. And it's hard not to think, especially in Albuquerque, where I don't know, I only been there one time, and that was on a prison bus. But it seems pretty sparse and nothing out there. It seems like if you could shoot your gun in the air anywhere, it would be Albuquerque.
But
so
do you think the issue is, number one, the issue is that his biggest problem, which is kind of fucked up to say, is that he keeps winning. His biggest problem for his personal growth as a human being and his character is that he's winning. Because as long as he's winning, he's the best in the world. As long as he's the best in the world, everyone wants to see him fight. So, if he would lose 3 or 4 fights, and all of a sudden he's not getting the top billing in this, he might have more time. But the problem is that he's so good that people are like, okay, he tests positive for picograms of whatever. We're going to move the Vegas show to LA because Jon Jones is that good. But Tom Lawler and these other guys that are doing that, they get 3 years of probation or, whatever, Sean O'Malley who tested positive for the same thing. So Jon Jones is the draw. So don't you think in your case, Mayhem, right? Let's say and you go out and you make the UFC and you knock out Bisping, right? 1 round, knock out Bisping. Then you knock out whoever they put in front of you. right? Then the champ at the time was who? Anderson Silva was the champ at 85, not 802. Was 802.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
All right.
This
That's
hypothetical.
whatever it was. Like how?
All right. So, but then,
what do you think would have happened?
Then I crashed Dana's pleasure yacht into the fucking pier.
But
you know
do
what I
you
mean?
be alive right now?
And he puts me on the main card again.
Yeah, right. Now, do you think you'd be alive right now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not black. So, if I was black, I think they would have shot me for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, look, I don't mean to, be talking snowflake talk, but it's kind of true, But at the same time, look, you're right. You always do this. I like when you play this weird game where you're doing this thing where you do this super hypothetical. I really think it's one of your talents. And yeah, hypothetically speaking, it's just like, how do you fix somebody who's so successful and keeps doing the same thing? How do you fix it? It's impossible. I'm surprised, as good as the old, Winkle John community, whatever the hell they call them out there, is a game plan for fight. I can't imagine that they can't game plan kind of a treatment program that will help him.
Well, I mean, to play the other side, it seems like it's sort of, if you listen to Donald Cerrone, who left that gym, said the place is not what it once was, and other fighters who were leaving that gym, and other people that are saying that place is they don't really care about, whatever. So they're not as on top of it as according to them. Yeah. So I don't know, but
what do you mean not on top of it? I mean that
according to Donald Cerrone, you could pay $100 to roll with Holly Holm and come in off the street, pay them $100. That they
$100?
Yeah, that they only give a shit about
man.
like they only give.
I'm gonna roll with her like 8 times.
So your gas out after 3. But I'm saying is, it doesn't seem like it's doing that well. It seems like a lot of things are kind of. John Dodson left, started his own Jackson Wink somewhere else, but an affiliate. People are leaving there and becoming more successful. I know like Arlovsky left Jackson. He was like 0-5 with Jackson, left, and then won like 6 in a row at American Top Team. I mean, look, I'm just playing like devil's advocate.
But okay, look, regardless of that, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that there's some type of thing that's outside of the training room that needs to be addressed, where John has gotten used to using, and this is something close to my heart because I've studied this quite a bit in the past year. He doesn't have coping mechanisms outside of drinking and shooting his gun, So there's like, he needs some, I mean, something, and I don't think that, like, I have a genuine concern for him. I go beyond the surface level of a YouTube comment, you know what I mean? In this type of thing, I can empathize with the man, but the reality is he's being dangerous. This is dangerous to other people. Shooting your gun, drunk driving. He already has this going on, and the reality is that only he can make the decisions to change his life, and time will tell.
I don't know. Another note though is because somebody once told me that like Jon Jones went up to someone at a bar and was like, "Hey, your girlfriend's hot. I'm gonna go fuck her in the ass later tonight or something." Like that's what he opened with. And then the guy left with his girlfriend immediately, like because he didn't want his girlfriend getting fucked in the ass or something. Right? So that's what somebody told me. I don't know if it's true or not. But
wait, Jon Jones? What the fuck is this ridiculous story that you
allegedly, all allegedly
told me a story that Jon Jones.
Adam, you deserve every bit of hate. What the?
That's what somebody told me. Do you want me to not tell you that
Jon Jones escaped with his girl because he's afraid?
And told, hey, your girlfriend's hot. I'm gonna go fuck her in the ass later or something. And the guy just left with his girlfriend. That's what
the guy did leave with Jon Jones' girlfriend?
No. Jon Jones. This guy's with his girlfriend at a bar.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what the fuck? I would leave too. What the fuck are you gonna do standing there and get in a fight with some Yahoo who's saying ridiculous shit?
You're interrupting my point. Okay. There's a bigger picture to this. Okay.
All right. What's the bigger picture?
Jon Jones is the guy that says, I'm going to go take down Daniel Cormier in wrestling. I'm going to out Chael Sonnen. I'm going to beat this guy at his own game. I am fucking the man. I could do whatever I want. I'm the best in the world. I'm fucking Jon Jones. And because that attitude works in the octagon, he has it everywhere. So
you're saying that Jon Jones said that?
Yeah, yes.
Nah. Oh my God, you're terrible at telling stories, bro. What
okay,
the hell?
I'm a joke teller. I don't tell fucking stories. All right,
I know. We got to work on your storytelling, bro.
We do.
Like that. Yeah. So you didn't make it clear that Jon Jones. That sounds like.
Weendawg, was it clear to you, Weendawg, what I was saying?
It was clear to me. I was following.
My bad.
Okay.
Listen, you know what? I get lost in your dreamy blue eyes sometimes, and I just can't even hear what you're saying, Adam. Sorry.
Okay, my point is that Jon Jones has this attitude of, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want. I'm the man. I'm the best in the world. And that's why he's so successful at fighting. That's why he can take down Daniel Cormier, a two-time Olympian in wrestling, okay? A guy the man. But he has that everywhere. So there's a fucking pandemic, and everyone's saying, stay in your house. And Jon Jones is saying, fuck you. I'm going to go out and shoot my gun in the air. But that attitude of, I don't give a fuck, works in a lot of the ways for him. It works in the MMA world.
So what are you proposing? Are you proposing that Jon Jones gets fired?
No. Because he keeps doing things which, look, driving while drunk is horrible. How many people die from like DUI? But in this situation, he didn't hurt anybody. I mean, so he keeps doing things that are like, you could be like, oh, okay, well, he'll pay a fine, do community service. He didn't hurt anybody. Okay?
Look, there's one guy who has this decision, okay? And I don't think that he's going to do anything. I don't think it helps Dana's bottom line for him to fire Jon Jones. So Jon Jones will stay, just like he always does, and I mean, I could be wrong, but probably not.
Well, I know that Dana's probably like right now going, we just lost how much money? We have to go find an undisclosed location.
But wait, but
last thing I need right now.
But really, is the UFC hemorrhaging money right now? You think it's not like they have to pay anybody right now, and they get to fire everybody right now, and this pandemic, and I'm sure the events, the event spaces you can't charge. Like if I have an arena, I can't charge you even though you rented it without giving you the opportunity to throw the show because it's on lockdown.
To be honest,
I
have no idea if they're.
I don't think that business-wise, and I've talked to a few people about it, that I don't think that they're really losing money right now. They're just not making as much money as they used to. I mean, they are definitely losing some money, but not nearly. I mean, they don't have to pay any fighters. That's one big part of their. Well, I mean, part of their payroll.
The last thing Dana needs right now is their best fighter in the world getting a DUI during a pandemic. Especially
come on, bro. Every spring, Jon Jones gets a DUI. Are we surprised right now? Nah.
I mean, do you think it's a lost cause, or do you think someone could change him?
Look, the only one who could change him is him, and societal pressure might cause him to change. Just growing up might make him change. But, so far, he doesn't have any reason to. So why would he?
It's just, of course. It's crazy because, look, fighters don't have to be role models. Fighters are fighters.
I'm laughing about this anyway. It's like, are we mad because what? He's a damn stock trader, or he's like a kindergarten teacher, or is he like some type of homeless feeder?
No, but I do know that there is a good part of Jon Jones that does a lot of good things.
What do you mean? It's a great look. Doing dumb, bad shit doesn't make you a bad person. No. It just means that you make bad decisions.
Right.
And he does, and he's doing it.
But you're supposed to learn from your decisions, right?
I agree. But a guy, he does get hit in the head a lot. So
he doesn't. He doesn't really get. He's really.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I know you watch a different Dominic Frye's fight than I do.
No, he gets hit. He's obviously. He's an amazing athlete. Almost too talented for his own good. Almost like if he had less talent, if he had less natural talent. Not that he doesn't work hard, because he obviously works hard, but he even said himself he was doing hookers and blow up until 2 days before the Gustafson fight. But let's say Jon Jones had Clay Guida's natural skill. You know, I'm just saying, like, maybe he's too talented for his own goods. That's why he keeps getting away with stuff. Because, you know, if he had less natural talent, maybe he wouldn't do all this. You know, it just seems like.
Yeah, okay, bro. And if my aunt had balls, she'd be transitioning right now.
And then Joe would jerk off to her.
Yeah. Here's my opinion on the Jon Jones thing, guys. What's important is he's not doing this leading up to a big fight or anything that would like this is not going to cancel a fight that, you know, the fans are looking forward to, like Dominic Reyes 2. If he did this like the week of Dominic Reyes Jon Jones 2, and the fight got canceled because of it, it'd be a big deal. But in this sport, like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, you know, outside of fighting. You know, you can go murder a bunch of people as long as you come back and, you know, fight, or you can go rape a baby or something. As long as you come back and put on a good show, that's all I really care about. I don't care about your outside life, dude. Just come back. Don't get the fight canceled. Don't do drugs. Don't do no picogram shit. You know, just give the fans what they want. You know what I'm saying?
No one's raping a baby, okay? And number two, no one's murdering people. And Weendawg, you should care what people do outside a little bit, to the extent of they're not hurting people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And those two fucking things you just named are like god awful. So
yeah, the worst things on earth. Way to go, bro. Way to go.
What's wrong with you? Like, why would you say that? Like, what's wrong with?
Because
is that what are you doing?
That's just the first thing came to my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me explain a little something that you haven't noticed there, Adam. Our young millennial friend Ween is a goddamn edgelord. This guy is always being edgy. He's always blasting ass. He's always, you know, talking baby rape. He's just a weirdo, okay? And he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. He's just trying to be the dirtiest guy in the YouTube comment section. I get it. I get it.
100%.
Yeah.
I guess.
Can we not talk about Jon Jones anymore? The poor bastard just going to get drunk. And he probably wasted so much ammunition shooting in the air.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, we're going to need that ammo.
I know. It's nuts. Who's the best guy you ever sparred with? Silva, right?
I guess. I don't know, man. I sparred everybody, so
who's
it's
the worst
hard
guy you sparred with?
Adam Hunter. Until I tasted his power.
First of all, who said come to Muay Thai class and who didn't show up?
Oh my God! You want me to drive 2 hours in traffic to Muay Thai class and then tell me I'm ducking you? All right.
Worth it. Come to Muay Thai.
All right.
I would love to. First of all, you need to go.
Listen, you got your garage is still open.
Yes.
There's no coronavirus in your garage.
Until you bring it there.
Listen, I'll spar you in a hazmat suit any day, Adam.
Man, what do you think about them letting out prisoners, by the way?
Oh, that's gangster. I mean, I feel like, look, like we've talked about it like a couple of podcasts ago, where I basically need to like start this apocalypse army now. And the Mayhem Monkey's got my back already, but I'm also going to need some heavies. You know what I mean? Need some muscle. I need some guys that have shot people and, have been shot at. Some of them shot. So, once those dudes all get out of jail and prison, I really feel like it's going to be some Beyond Thunderdome type of like, roaming the countryside, take over a Walmart, take over a water treatment plant, and we just build society from the ground up in Trump's image.
Yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Have you ever been shot at?
Well, a weird one happened one time where a dude stuck a pistol in my face, right? And, I mean, I guess this is another kind of Steven Seagal. This is like a Krav Maga kind of moment.
Okay, can we break down the why he stuck a pistol in your face? What were you doing?
It was outside a nightclub, right? And afterwards,
how old were you?
It was weird. I was wearing a bulletproof vest, right? So you kind of feel like Superman when you're wearing a bulletproof vest. I gotta be honest with you.
How old were you? When was this?
Oh man, this is at least past the statute of limitations. So the guy pulled a pistol on me, but he was way too close. He was way too close. He was right in my face, and I got mad.
But why
I
did
just
he pull a pistol on you? What did you say to him to have him pull a pistol on you?
No, it was somebody. I don't know. There was some kind of confrontation with somebody else in the parking lot, and it was a weird one. Like it was like, I don't know. It was blurry. It was kind of blurry. But like the guy, he put the pistol out, and he was way too close. So I bust this maneuver where I was like, "Stop!" Like up block and grab his hand, and like the gun like went flying in the air, but it busted off, and I could feel like the shockwave of the thing. But I got the gun from him and hit him with it, and then I sold it for $500.
Wait, so okay, a guy pulls a pistol on you because your friend was talking shit.
Yeah, there was, you know how it was like 2 a.m, kind of like everybody shouting.
Where did you learn that technique?
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga. All right, so
it was very similar to Steven Seagal knife takedown technique, but it wasn't the same, and it almost got my head blown off doing it, bro.
Now, when did you study Krav Maga?
I went to the Krav Maga school and beat up some dudes for a while. Like they didn't, you know what I mean? They would do these weird. The sparring was kind of subpar, but like the gun like takeaways and kind of that shit was pretty dope. I got it. Like for a street fighting style, I would recommend Krav Maga to a lot of people. But as far as like full sparring, and they don't really know, because there's so many intricacies in mixed martial arts that you can't get from, a 2-hour Krav Maga class.
So you went like this, the gun flies in the air, you caught the gun?
No. It's like a technical maneuver. Like you up block, it's kind of like you up block the gun and hold on the back of the gun and yank it up and then away from you and down real quick. But it went off. I guess he had his finger on the trigger. It was very terrifying.
I mean, and when that happened, did you duck? I mean, was it a
No, I mean, it was in the air. That's the whole point of the technique is
Yeah.
to get the barrel off of you. And, I'm lucky I didn't die. Like
so the gun fell on the floor.
What?
The gun fell on the floor.
No, it didn't fall on the floor. I yanked it out of his hand.
Okay, and then did you shoot at him?
No, I fucking hit him with it and took off.
So you knocked him out with the gun?
I didn't knock him out, I don't think. He was like doing this one. Ugh. But I was like, bro, you trying to kill me? Trying to fucking kill me? Like, it was not, bro. It was one of those, whew. You know what I mean? I used one of my 9 lives that day.
And then you ran away with the gun.
Yeah, I took off, yeah.
And then you sold it for $500.
$500, yeah.
To who?
I'm not implicating
where
anybody
did you find
in
people
this.
that wanted a gun?
Sold it to Jon Jones.
Where did you find people that wanted guns? Put on Craigslist?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow. Now, because that's the thing, Mayhem. Like, you say you have thousands of stories, like the one where you knocked out the guy's tooth and he stabbed you. But I don't know how to get these stories out of you. Like if CR had...
to be honest, like, they're just, like, starting to, like, come back little by little. I guess my brain is healing up, And, yeah, they're wild. I forgot that I gave Rashad a beating until he told me that. I remember that now. I gave him a good sparring that day.
Yeah.
Because and it's funny, I remembered last night, because when Rashad said, oh, yeah, you did, yeah, Miller did good. I said, oh, yeah, I did. Only because I have watched Rashad all the time, and I knew everything about him, and he was one of my favorite fighters other than myself, So, like, I knew exactly how he kind of moved, and so I knew what to expect. So I had a good round against him, you know what I mean? I know that, like, he was one of the best fighters of all time, and, to get a spar with him, I was super excited,
But at that point, though, that was pre-bully beatdown.
Right? I know, yeah. I knew what you were getting at.
I'm saying
before I got super famous, I think, yeah, you're right. I think I was more focused on fighting. I was like better all around because I had no distractions, and that's the reality. And that's why I have so much empathy for Jon Jones going through all this crazy shit, because it's hard when you're at the top of the game and being like and being lauded over so many people, dude. It's really difficult, and I don't think anybody can really understand, especially the comments I read. You know, like people just completely hate on people. It's very difficult, you know, to wear the crown.
No, of course it's difficult. At the same time, I mean, look, he's got what, 2-3 kids. He's married. We're all on lockdown. So supposedly, like, I mean, I guess maybe he got into a fight with his wife, or he needs some time off and need to take a ride out.
I love how much you make up shit. You have no idea anything of that is true.
Of course not.
Like,
I'm putting myself in the situation, and I'm going, okay.
So you're saying that if you got mad at your wife, you would go outside and spray a AK?
I'm thinking that he needed to let off some steam. He's not training. He's not in the gym. He's like, I'm trying to think, okay, I got to get the fuck out of the house. I need to get a drink or something. There's no bars open right now. So, like, he's drinking by himself or picking up with a friend or something, like at a parking lot. Like, where are they going? Like, is these some guys like, and then he's leaving. And why does he have a gun on him? He's got a gun on him because maybe he's scared. But it's
we're all scared.
Nobody's out right now. So, and then why is he just shooting in the air by himself?
Maybe he was duck hunting.
Like
anyway, so is Ashley Evans Smith coming on the show today?
No. But by the way, you're the one who said stop talking about Jon Jones, and you brought him back up.
Yeah. You know what? Touche. There's a lot of time to fill, bro. This apocalypse is not coming quick enough.
No, neither is Don Frye, because I'm hitting him up right now, and there's no way Don Frye's gonna figure out how to use Zoom.
Oh my God, bro! He's probably on dial-up internet.
No, but I was like, hey, want to come on with me and Mayhem and Weendawg? And he's like, Mayhem Miller's out of prison. And I go, yeah, he's doing really well. Yeah. He goes, I was kidding. I didn't think he was really in prison.
I love that guy. He's awesome.
He like laughed for like 45 minutes to himself about his prison, about you being in prison. So
yeah, well, they can't keep me locked up forever. I got the coronavirus.
Of course.
Hey,
my sister works at Rikers right now.
What? You got ghosted by Don Frye, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, she works at Rikers, and she's a social worker, and they're making her come in.
No.
And they say she's an essential worker. I'm like, come on, like.
Oh, you don't think that the guys in prison need some social work? They definitely do.
They definitely do, but I think right now she could afford to not be there. You know, like.
Yeah, at least provide her, like, you know, the masks and gloves and whatnot.
Or have them Skype into the prisoners or something. Like
yeah, get some Zoom for the prisoners.
Oh, God.
I mean, first of all, the prisoners probably don't want her there because she could be possibly bringing in the virus because you could not know. I mean, it's a lose-lose for everybody. I mean,
when is life going to go back to normal-ish?
Dude, they're saying yesterday that we're going to be here all of April. They might be quarantined.
Bro, and okay, so what are we going to do? Like, where's my Trump check? You know what I mean? I want my damn money. Like,
it's supposed to be coming in, like, they said in 3 weeks. Said if you paid taxes in 2018, what I understand, you're going to get $1,200 for this month, and then $1,200 next month. And if you have a kid,
bro, $1,200 piddly ass dollars in LA, you can't cover rent for that. Like,
you can't.
Yeah, and most people don't have savings, Adam.
No, but no kidding. But people are actually. One of the things holding it up, from what I understand, because I heard Bernie Sanders go crazy, was that people were complaining that that's too much, that we're giving people too much who make minimum wage, that they shouldn't get $1,200.
Bro, listen, you know what I'm seeing right now, okay, the combination of 200, 300 million guns in this country, a bunch of people about to go hungry, okay, and tanks being shipped down here to Southern California, I'm seeing something catastrophic, dude. And I'm not an alarmist. Like, I was the first one making jokes like, this shit is stupid. You know, everybody's stressed out for no reason. But, you know, the reality is right now, the only thing I'm more stressed out about than the coronavirus is a bunch of poor people with pistols and rifles taking over everything. You know, like, I really, you like blew me off earlier when I said that, But the reality is that could happen.
No, it's funny. My wife wants to get a gun.
You should. You should get a AR-15, and I'll get Jon Jones to sign it.
I said we'll just have Mayhem come stay with us. That'll be like our gun. He's definitely.
No. Don't get me a gun. But get a gun.
Now, Weendawg, has your life changed at all? I feel like
no, not really. I mean, it's actually nice. You know, I'm not having to drive as much. You know, I can save up on gasoline. I've just been staying inside. You know, nobody is allowing me to come over to their house. My girlfriend's parents have banned me, and you know, it sucks, dude. But also, I'm enjoying it because I get to, you know, play games more. I get to stream on Twitch, and I get to build my career as a, you know, webcam model. But yeah, but it really sucks because there's no entertainment out. There's like, we have Tiger King on Netflix, but everybody here wants to watch the UFC. They want to watch fights. We can't watch no fights because every promotion is just postponing all their fights. So that's very frustrating because that's like the one thing I look forward to at the pinnacle of every week is the UFC fights on Saturday or Bellator or whatever it is. And now we don't have that shit. So it's like, just because of that alone, it's making me like forget what day it is, you know, because I would like judge my whole week based on like, you know, Saturday is UFC day. So today is Thursday. We have 2 days to go. And now we don't have UFC. So now I don't even know what day it is, you know.
By the way, people, tomorrow I'm doing a game show from my house. Okay. It's actually, it's a real thing. Bar tab trivia, where I'm going to be asking questions. And if you win, you get bottles of wine delivered to your house. So I'm make sure you go Adam Comedian, follow me on Instagram Live tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, bar tab trivia play. I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and if you get them right, you will get bottles of wine delivered to your house. What happened to Mayhem's sound? Joe?
He's muted. He muted himself.
Oh, okay. Well, he muted
what
himself?
What the fuck? I muted myself, bro. I need a mute button in real life.
That's how loud you are. I can still hear you, and you muted
yourself.
Awesome. By the way, Mayhem, don't you feel like you kind of missed out on exotic animal training after watching Lion?
Bro,
like
don't you feel like that?
Would have been perfect in that documentary. Don't you feel like you would have went in there and you would have been like a great character in that show?
I would definitely have joined the other dudes, the straight dudes camp. You know what I mean? And like been my the guy, the weirdo Doc
Antler
or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Doc Antler. I mean, look, early in my fight career, that was pretty much exactly how I lived, except replace tigers with like my dick. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how I lived. A whole harem. You know, it was like a whole different time for me. It was,
you had 6 Asian girlfriends at the same time?
Yes, definitely.
They all live together?
Yeah, no. Nah, because, you know, I was like in a small apartment, but 3 of them, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
And they were cool with each other?
No. So, I mean, look, they fought worse than the Tigers did, but, you know, that was part of the life. That's why I'm not into it anymore. Like, I did that phase, and it was just constantly dramatic, like dealing with some petty whatever. She's wearing my panties. You know, you know what I mean? She ruined my dress. Well, like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? It's like corralling. It's like herding cats. You know, it just doesn't work. It's not worth it.
But like, okay, so you have a girlfriend who, and let's say her name is like, you know, Mindy Ho or something, right? You have a girlfriend. How do you convince another girl to join your relationship?
No, what do you mean? You don't convince. It's just like, it's not really a convince thing. It's more like, the first thing is that Mindy, I guess you gave me this magical girlfriend. Mindy has to be into that lifestyle. You understand? And she has to kind of like corral the rest of everyone. And there has to kind of be like a leading chick in this thing. So maybe if you could convince your wife, right, to like convince other girls to come like live in your pool house. You know, maybe, you know, that's how you could do it. If you're asking me,
No, I'm just
because
well,
you're trying to get into that lifestyle.
Listeners are wondering how you even get that. Like, I know that, like, for me,
Yeah, it comes down to like having somebody who wants to live like that, you know, and then you have this partnership where you guys are both doing that together. Watch the Tiger King documentary. That's exactly how.
But did you ever feel like you were favoring one of the Asian?
Undoubtedly, I did. Yeah, and then, you know, and then the weird part about it is, you know, like another girl could come take the crown. It's real bizarre. That's why I don't do it. That's why I said it's like it's a young man's sport. It's a young man's sport because you got to have like the patience to deal with a lot of dramatics. A lot of dramatics.
Yeah. That's interesting. And then Weendawg, have you ever had a threesome?
No, man, I probably will never have a threesome, but it's on my bucket list. But to go back to Tiger King, I wanted to ask you guys, and this is a little bit of a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, the people on Twitch or listening, if you haven't seen Tiger King, just close your ears for a minute.
Cover your fucking ears.
What are your guys' opinion on the girl, what is her name, Carol Basting or whatever? Do you think that she really killed her husband?
Yes.
Fuck yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
But also though, you got to remember, and I think we talked about this on the show before. The editing makes it really look like she did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe this dude just really did escape to Costa Rica, and he's down there right now fucking some coconuts. But you know, the way they edited it and how weird these tiger people are in general.
So fucking weird.
Yeah, it would put me to like think that maybe she did. She did.
Also his letter saying something bad's gonna happen to me. Here's the money.
Yep.
And then also the fact that his kids from the first marriage and the ex-wife were all like, oh, she killed him. So there's also that. If it was just like, if there was no letter and no people saying that, I would be like, well, but when someone writes a letter saying that, like, hey, I'm probably going to die in 2 days, and here's the money, and here's this, that, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a domestic situation, too, like, he could have been saying that for any number of reasons. You know what I mean? Like, he could be getting ready to divorce her, and so he's getting everybody on the team, you know, to, like, everybody to, like, be against her, sort of.
It's one of the only documentaries that I've ever seen where there's not one character you root for. I guess.
Right.
I mean, I would say Joe Exotic would be the guy I like the best, but I think he killed all those crocodiles. I mean, when he burned.
You think he burned that down again? That was the
hell yeah.
Or he had somebody burn it. I mean, he said, hey, someone want to make $10,000 real quick or something. He kind of alluded to that, and then. You know, and then he was so quick to burn the thing again. And he looked like he was a professional at burning computers because when he took off
yeah, that's what made it such a great documentary. There were so many more questions than answers. Like they left it real open. Whoever made that, man, hats off. That deserved an award. Right. And yeah, it was real bizarre. But I mean, you think that he should be in prison for life?
No way.
No. Again, the editing made it seem like, because, I mean, it sounds like he was going to pay the guy $5,000 or $3,000 or whatever. But it also totally looks like a setup. Like they just set him up in order to do that. You know, I don't know. It's like, it was a great show just because of that.
So Don Frye says, I can't get the damn thing to work. What do I tell him, Joe?
Well, I would first ask if he's on a computer or on his phone, because I think on the phone you have to have the actual app, and I think you have to have the app on both computer and phone.
Okay, so tell him download the app.
Yeah, if he's on his phone.
Download.
You know, like I said, I downloaded I tried to download it on my computer, but the top search result was like fucking malware. You know, be careful.
And then just text him the code to get into the thing.
Yeah, I did that. All right. Yeah, this is going to be hard.
It's tough.
All right. He goes, yes, and app is not working.
I don't know, man.
Fuck.
Tales of Tech Support from
Right.
Adam Hunter.
Yeah, my fault. Come on, man.
No, I'm not blaming it on you. I'm just saying this is tech support.
All right, so let's talk about some more MMA stuff. So Dana White says he's looking to make Khabib versus Ferguson the most stacked card ever. So I think that they're trying to put Ngannou versus that guy Rosenstuik on there.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That would be awesome. I was going to ask you, Mayhem. So, did you think you fought better in front of crowds or no crowds?
What?
Okay, so my point is they're having fights now with no crowds, and I'm wondering some people perform.
I don't know. I think crowds. I mean, obviously crowds because, I mean, I don't know. I had good and bad fights in front of both of them. You know, I had like 50 pro fights, bro, and they all had some people there. I never had the coronavirus.
No, there are sometimes like you go to the undercard, right? And there's like pretty much the same amount of people there are in these close fights. I mean, I've been to fights where there's been like 100 people in the crowd, right?
Yeah, I never fought with that few people.
Or
like,
other people like they really perform.
my first fight, big fight was 3,000 people, right? The other times was like underground shows where it was like a small ass venue. And there's people there. So it's still a crowd. It feels intimate that way. It feels like when it's a small room, you know, and then there's people all stacked up around, like that feels really, you know, that feels a lot different for sure. But it still feels like there's a crowd.
My point being is that some guys.
But listen, if you're in a 30,000 seat arena and there's like, you know, 100 people there, yeah, that's bizarre and different. In Japan, there would literally be like 30,000 people there, and everyone's like pin drop quiet because they're so respectful of the sport. You know, they would only cheer when something exciting would happen. The rest of the time, they're dead silent and focused. You know, so I mean, yeah, that's about the only thing I could say. You know, that's parallel.
How is it going to affect certain fighters with having no crowds there? That's what I'm trying to say. Is that like?
Yeah, maybe it's harder to get hyped up for some people, but I mean, I never had that trouble. Like getting psyched up was pretty easy.
Because I know there are people saying that like when they fought on the Ultimate Fighter, for example, it didn't. Like,
oh yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah,
and they weren't real. They felt like they were in sparring sessions because they didn't that whole thing. Which is basically what people are going to feel like when Khabib Ferguson or Ngannou, like a guy like Kelvin Gastelum. People always say Kelvin Gastelum is a guy that in training does not work as hard as maybe he should, or maybe trying to learn the techniques. He gets beat up a lot in training, but when it's time to shine, he's knocking people out. He beating Jacare, he's knocking out Michael Bisping. Other guys, like a guy like Mike Pyle, who said that, you know, certain times when the lights were on him, he wasn't at his best. He kind of let the moment get to him. Where in the training room, he was fucking up everybody, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'll say that for sure. I think overall, I had way better training than I did fights overall. But you know, I had certain times of like just beautiful fights, and I had other times of just like, whoops, fuck that one up. You know, that's anybody's career, you know. But yeah, I do remember having some epic moments in the gym that then on the night I didn't have the greatest night. So yeah, I feel like everybody has those ups and downs in their career.
Well, even as a comic, sometimes like when there's 5,000 people in front of me, I'm up. But then there are shows in front of 6 people that they're the best shows ever because there's no pressure on me. I'm having fun. I'm yada yada. You know, you could definitely talk yourself out.
You think Joe Rogan is like one of the greatest comedians of all time?
I think he's a really good performer. He's a great performer. I think he's a great comic. To think of all time, I wouldn't say of all time, but he's a really good comic. I mean, he's funny as shit. He also, though,
hey, Don Frye.
He also
Frye, push the video button on your phone. You got to tap the screen once in the middle, and then tap the bottom or the left side says start video.
I gotta do what now, partner?
All right, tap the center of the screen for me, and then on the left, at the bottom of the screen, it should say start video.
Okay. Well, I pushed the FaceTime, and apparently it doesn't want to connect with you. You don't see start video? No, I just see FaceTime. I pushed it, and nothing's happening.
Don't pick FaceTime. On the bottom of the screen, there should be a start video, like a little camera thing. Push that camera.
Yeah, tap the center of the screen, and then tap the icon that says start video.
There's no.
Shit.
But in the bottom corner, do you see like any type of thing that says start video, like a little camera?
Don, can you see us at least?
No.
Fuck it, we'll just have you on like this. Don Frye, how you doing, man? Don?
I said I'm okay. How are you?
Good. How are you dealing with the pandemic? Are you staying inside? Are you what's going on?
Oh hell no! I'm running around naked outside, whooping and hollering all I can. And,
yeah.
Spreading cheer and goodwill with my naked body.
Good for you, man. Now I know that recently you were in the hospital for a couple months. When did you get out? How's your life been?
Hell, last year I was in and out of the hospital for a total of 7 months. And I got out right before Christmas, and I've been up ever since. I've been out ever since. Been holed up down at my buddy's house, Jeff Spencer, one of the guys. He worked a couple of fights for me, and I've known him for 30 years. He was one of my captains in the fire department way back when. And so, but now I'm back at my house with my girlfriend and my bulldog. And doing good.
Man, you always have a girlfriend. What's I don't think you've ever not had a girlfriend. What's the secret, man?
Oh, hell, let's see. How should I phrase this? About 7 to 8 inches.
Madman. Hey, so what? You're healthy now. What was going on, man? Like everything okay? Rehabilitation? What's going on? Help-wise.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I mean, see what, this is 20, last year 19, then 18, I think I was in the hospital, in and out for about 5 months, and finally got it cleared. Then I had 3 or 4 back surgeries that year, and then last year, I think I only had 3. And what happened is, caught another infection, a couple of infections, and one of them, they couldn't find, because all the metal in my back was hiding everything, during the MRI. And then they still couldn't find it, and I was screaming my ass off, and for days, 4:30 in the morning. And they had me in an old folks home. And I was like, I need some goddamn pain medicine. They say, you're not due yet for another 2 hours. They turn off the light, close the door, and go down the hall. So,
Damn.
Yeah, so I called the fire department, and they hauled my ass out of there. But one of the interns at the hospital had to go through each film of the MRI, page by page, and they found it, and I had an infection inside the membrane that surrounds the spinal cord. They said that's a pretty rare, situation, but I pulled it off.
Damn. Yeah, we're glad you did, bro. Like, man, that's wild. So it's like a staph infection type deal, or like it was just from the surgery, some type of infection got in there?
Partner, I don't know. It was hidden away in there, because I used to joke about it because I was always sweating wherever I went. And I said, I got a low-grade infection somewhere, You got to watch out with them damn jokes, because back when I was married, I used to, people say, how you doing? I said, hell, I don't have a damn thing. I said, my wife's rich, but I don't have a damn thing. And that came true.
Damn.
So you gotta watch what you say.
Oh, man.
Son of a bitch. Man.
No, I mean, you're an American hero, man. I mean, do you think that if this apocalypse happens, like you'll be the last remaining man? Because right now, I think you're like the last real man on Earth.
All right, man. I like hearing that. I like hearing that. There should be the name of my iPod show, right?
iPod show.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is, right? Ryan Johnston, I think it was like UFC 6. He went to Art Davies and says, I'd like to fight in the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. And Art, well, first you got to learn the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone called it that for in my neighborhood for at least a few weeks. It was the normal thing to call it Ultimate Fighting Challenge.
Well,
but
Brian Johnson, you knocked him out in 23 seconds. It says submission to elbow. What did you do to him?
It wasn't 23 seconds. We went for a couple of minutes. He was tough.
All right. 4 minutes 37 seconds. But what did you do with your elbow? Yeah. How did he submit to your elbow?
How I what?
How did you get him to submit to elbow?
I just whacked him in the forehead a couple of times with it. When we went down on the ground, we were locked up, and then we went down on the ground. And I ended up on top, and I had a cross body. I whacked him a couple of times in the forehead. He decided he didn't like that, I guess he'd seen what I did to Amari Batesh at UFC 9. He said he was going to go for that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Brian Johnson was tough. He was the scariest dude, in the Ultimate too. He was the guy I did not want to go against, and he was on the opposite side, and fought Shamrock first. He took out Shamrock just by, making Shamrock go for so long, and then he quit. But man, Brian was the one that, he was the one to be worried about, and he was,
Yeah.
Well, so are you, man, and so was a guy you fought, Mark Coleman. You think Mark Coleman, the Mark Coleman you fought, would have beaten guys like Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier today?
Oh yeah. Coleman, when I fought him, he was a monster, just a monster. I think I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And there's nobody could touch him. I mean, now he was a Olympic level wrestler, like Cormier. But I mean, I never wrestled Cormier, but I'll tell you, I don't know if there's anybody stronger than Coleman. Coleman's ate long out of the bushes in Africa,
Yeah. Hey, man, God bless you, your damn storied career every which way. But what would you say is your most memorable fight?
Hell, I was lucky. I've had a lot of good opponents, real lucky. I mean, there's the Amari Batesh fight, UFC 9. There's the Coleman fight in 10. I mean, he killed me. Whooped my ass for 9.5 minutes. But I was proud of that fight. And of course, Yoshihiro Takayama. Right?
Yeah. For us, I think that was one of the most memorable. That Japan era. What do you think about that? And what did you think about Japanese culture, the way that the shows went on? Talk about Japan a little bit.
Oh, I love Japan. I love the people, man. They're great. They're so polite and respectful. And the thing is that, the people at Pride, they would tell you, look, we don't care if you win or lose as long as you give us good fights. You give us a good fight, you'll be back. And that's what everybody went out there to do. And it wasn't like, here in the UFC, they tell you you lose 3 fights, you're gone forever. Criminy. So people go out there, they don't go out there to win, they go out there not to lose. So that's a losing combination right there.
I mean, your fight with Tank Abbott, were you what was the Tank Abbott have insane power?
Oh yeah, Tank Abbott was strong as a bull. I'll tell you, he's just powerful.
He was probably the first UFC fighter that I knew about. Well, actually, my first introduction was watching The Smashing Machine with Mark Kerr and Coleman, and that was crazy. I couldn't believe, number one, how many painkillers Mark Kerr was on, but just the vicious of it. And the no rules behind it. I mean, you were around when, I talked to Mark Kerr. He said he would, take a guy down, open up a cut, put his thumb in the guy's cut, and get him to tap that way. And, and then Mark Coleman, the headbutts. I mean, Coleman might be undefeated if they still allow headbutts. I mean, that was a foolproof way of winning.
Oh yeah, but the headbutts wouldn't have done you any good against Maurice Smith. I mean, Maurice Smith was smart enough to move. Maurice Smith was already a multi-time world champion, so he knew his way around the ring, around the octagon.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna outsmart Maurice Smith. There's no fucking way.
Do you think the guys are better athletes now, but they were tougher back then?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well, you know what? I mean, we had great athletes back then. We really did. I mean, obviously you had me. You had Severn, you had Coleman, you had
Randleman.
Kevin. I think Kevin Randleman was the best athlete ever stepped in the octagon. Hell, you had a lot of great athletes back then. It's just the fights just didn't go as long because it's a different strategy. It was get in, get it over with, because you got another fight, in half an hour maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling Mayhem that when I told him you were on the podcast, you said yesterday, "Is he still in prison?" And I said, "Out," and you said, "Oh, I was kidding." Her. And you laughed for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he said, "No, he's out." Like, oh my God, I was just joking about that.
Yeah, bro, your jokes tend to land. Be careful what you say. Gee,
yeah, exactly.
Louise.
not quite as funny as what I thought it was. Huh?
Yeah. Look, hey, we got a guy on the show. I really think he could benefit from your masculine energy. Joe, Ween, please ask Mr. Frye a question. Joe, Ween.
I don't even see Joe's video anymore. It's just a picture.
Oh my God, he Don Frye is so manly that Ween got off the chat. That is fucking awesome. You scared him off.
What did he do? Piss himself?
Yeah, I believe so.
Pretty much. I think
Hell
it's
yeah.
allowance or something, or is it the mom grounded him or something? Don Frye, I remember you telling Misha Tate, I think you made about 19 comments about her being a fine piece of ass, about you wanting to bang her, about how you wanted to fuck Misha Tate during your Hall of Fame speech. It was all about how much Misha Tate was like a fine piece of water or something, or a fine piece of meat or something. Whatever. Did she get a restraining order? Like what happened there?
Yeah, I think I got a restraining order, through the around the campfire there, Well, never to mention her name again. It wasn't appreciated.
But do you think back in the day you can call girls fine? You're a fine piece of meat, and it worked, and now girls get kind of offended by this?
Yeah, I don't know if they get offended or they think they're supposed to. So then they say they are, I mean, this whole offended thing is a bunch of bullshit anyways, because it used to be you would be insulted. You get insulted, you take care of it yourself, and now everybody's too weak to take care of it themselves, so they have to circle everybody else up, you know, so they get offended. You get offended, you have a group and hold your hand, you know, and fight for you. Whereas, you know, if I insult you, then you gotta, you know, you gotta challenge me. And if you challenge me, then I get to pick, you know, the type of fight, you know, fists, guns, knives, what have you, you know, snowballs in July, you know, but it's my decision, you know, as being the guy who's challenged. But that's why people would go around insulting other people, so they would challenge them, and then they could pick the way to fight.
I think Mayhem started that actually with the bully beatdown. It used to be you could
Yeah.
they get to hire a fighter to fight for you. I think that was actually your doing.
Yeah. And I think that Don is taking it to the next level, and he's saying we should bring back trial by combat and some dueling. I feel like duels would be the new way to do things, or the old way.
Yeah, you're damn right. Tell you what, an armed society is a polite society. You know, there wouldn't be any of this nonsense going on. You know, you get these people flip you off and badmouth you in a truck, you know, in your vehicle, you know, or their little Prius, you know, and then you pull them over and and they piss themselves and call the police, you know. If they are forced to handle the situation themselves, well, then they wouldn't be flipping you off and badmouthing you.
Yeah.
No, how many street fights did you get back in the day?
Hell, partner, I don't know. I don't think too many. You know, from when I can remember, I can't remember.
Yeah, I got the same problem. I feel you on that one. Yeah, could be 100, could be 100,000. Yeah.
Yeah, could be one. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough girl in the 5th grade. You know, shit. Girls are sure faster than boys, right?
Of course. Of course. Now, when you were single, did you because I know you were a loyal guy, you were a faithful guy, which says a lot about you, because there must have been so many, you know, Japanese girls back in Pride trying to get, you know, a piece of Don Frye, and you look good with your curly chest and your American flag Speedo. Did you kind of make up for lost time?
Oh yeah, I put laid down the rubber on the road there. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I crippled some women, young and old.
Of course. I mean, but what's your type? Is it Misha Tate like the prototype for you? I see more of like a blonde hair, blue eye type girl.
Yeah, I like the blonde hair, blue eye, but you know, you throw a brunette in there every once in a while, you know, just for fun, keep you on the edge, you know. Redheads are a lot of fun.
No, Mayhem. I once asked Don Frye. He did a. By the way, Weendawg taking a dump. That's what he told me to tell. Very professional.
Oh God.
Now,
like literally, Don Frye comes on the show and this guy shits his pants.
Yeah,
Makes perfect sense. He's such a little weenie.
Now, Don Frye said that he did a K1 fight without ever throwing a kick before. So, is that true?
Yeah, I wasn't very smart, was I? You know, and the thing is my back started to hurting before the Shamrock fight, and so I took a pill before that, you know, and then I took a pill before the Takayama fight, in which my shoulder and my back was messed up, and after that I was really banged up, and I retired, you know. I can't do better than that fight. So I sat on the back porch and smoked cigars and drank tequila for 6 weeks, you know. And then they made me an offer I couldn't refuse, you know. And I like a dummy, I took it. And after that, my career just went to hell in a handbasket.
But explain to me. So somebody says to you, "Hey, you want to do a K1 fight, right? You know it's kickboxing, and you've never thrown a kick before in your life, like even
Right.
any of your fights, you never threw one, even in practice."
Oh, in practice, yeah, but I didn't feel confident enough in them, to do it in a fight. And the thing is, even though I threw it in practice, and nothing ever went above the waist.
Right.
Yeah.
I was joking. I was saying, man, I lost my hips. And come find out, is my spine was being crushed, I had stenosis, and it was so bad, it crushed 90% of the cord to where it was only working at 10% level,
Oh, geez.
Yeah, by the end of it, not at that fight's probably 50, but still couldn't get my leg above my waist, shit. But there at the end, yeah, it had gone down to 10%.
Well, listen, man, you had
How many surgeries are you up to now, Don? Sounds like you're breaking records for surgeries, bud.
It's somewhere between 15 and 20 on my back alone,
Oh, God.
Because they did the I had 5 May 2010, May 2011. I had 5 back surgeries, and then I think 2013 they fused 10, and then like about a year later, my back started hurting me real bad. I didn't know what happened, and then so I walked around on it from 14 to 16, and I finally got an X-ray, and the doctor said, "Well, there's the problem there, dumbass. You broke the rods." So I broke both the rods, and that was in June of 16, and they couldn't do the surgery till September 16.
Now, how the hell did you break the rods? It was like, were we doing pro wrestling like after some of these surgeries, and did you continue your career like that with these injuries?
No, I have no idea, but I ended up breaking the rods 2 or 3 times, because like I said, they did surgery in September. It was a 10-hour surgery, to pull them out and put in new ones, and then 3 hours clean up the scar tissue. And then I was good for about 4 days and checked at the hospital and went out in the parking lot. I had a hemorrhagic stroke. And so they pulled me back in, put me in a coma for 3 weeks, and, come out not knowing where I was or who I was, had to teach me how to walk to the bathroom and eat and all that good shit. And then a couple years later, I broke the rods again. I think I was pitching hay out of the back of my truck into my girlfriend's truck, and when the hay's on the pickup bed, it's real slippery, and it had rained that day, so I had mud on my boots, and I threw a bail, and I fell out, but I caught myself, with my foot, and hanging upside down, and pulled myself up. Oh, okay, I'm good. I did it again, man, but this time I found the ground, right on my head. And broke both the damn rods again, and shit, and then everything just, like I said, what the hell that time? They did a replacement, and shit, what happened?
Man. That's rough, man. That's wild. Like, what the hell you're doing throwing hay, man? Why don't you enjoy retirement, bud? Like, you ain't got to work that damn hard.
Experiment and hay.
Yeah.
Now,
Man.
Are you still training now?
No, I'm still recovering. Like I said, because hell, I'd walked around, and I a couple of times I woke up and I couldn't feel my legs for about 45 minutes, and then finally I could feel, couldn't move my feet, could feel my legs, and finally 45 minutes later, I started to feel it, so I got up, went about my day, and probably felt my legs about 4 in the afternoon, and then it happened like that for a couple of days, and then I couldn't move again, so I had the fire department take me to the hospital, and shit, what happened then? I don't know, a bunch of all this crap happens so much, man. You get so mixed up.
It's all right, man. Listen, we love you. You're one of the best. Now, there's certain guys you always wanted to fight, but you never got to fight him. Tito Ortiz. Why did you want to fight him so bad?
Oh, Tito was like the first McGregor, you know. Hell, Tito had he could cut a hell of a promo, you know, and put asses in seats. And that would have been a good money fight, you know, criminy. And Tito was a good fighter. So, you know, you always want to fight, you know, good fighters. And you always want, you know, you want to fight the best. You want to test yourself, you know, and you obviously want to get paid for it.
And then Brock Lesnar. You weren't impressed with Brock Lesnar.
You know, I wasn't at first, but, you know, shit. I mean, he came back and he proved, you know, he's a hell of an athlete, and he's super strong. I mean, if you can beat Mark Hunt, then you're a powerful individual, you know. You know, I love Mark Hunt. He's a hell of an athlete. He's tough for shit, but you know, it wasn't his night that night. You know, I mouthed off and said some stuff. You know, so he knew what he was signing his name for. Apparently he didn't. You know, apparently I didn't know what I was talking about. So I apologize, Mark. I should have shut up, you know. But, you know, Brock Lesnar's a hell of an athlete. He really is.
Well, this is a more reflective Don Frye. Normally we get this guy sucks and I'm the greatest ever and I'm this. This is a much more subdued, reflective, still awesome. But I'm like worried about you. Are you okay?
Well, I'm not trying to sell tickets. You know, if I was still in the game, still trying to sell tickets, then I would talk bad about him, about his mom, you know, about his dog, about everything. You know, shit.
I'm taking notes. Maybe I'll jump back in there, start shit talking everybody's dog.
By the way, that Ken Shamrock fight was amazing. That was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
That was unbelievable.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you. Yeah, I tell you what, a couple of times there, you know, I told myself I should have kept my mouth shut. You know. Yeah, he broke both my ankles. You know, and shit. It was. We usually flew from Tokyo to LA, but that time we stopped off in Hawaii for a few days. And good thing, because by the time we got to Hawaii, you know, my ankles were swollen up the size of my knees. You know, they're just I look like a fat old woman with ankles, you know.
Now, are you able at least to get down in the bedroom with your girlfriend now? Because I know your back's hurt. And are you at least able to kind of perform?
Hell yeah, man! You ever fuck a woman's false eyelashes off?
Yeah, definitely have. And it was on her forehead. It was really weird. Yeah, I didn't know they were fake until one of them was flapping at me like a butterfly.
I thought mine had a unibrow.
Yeah.
It was
If you can blow her eyelashes off, you're doing good.
So you bang your girlfriend so hard, her eyelashes come off?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow. That's very impressive, Don Frye.
I just imagine them both holding each other with one hand and fucking each other with the other. That's my imagination going wild.
Now,
but hell yeah. Hey, Don, back in the day, okay, nowadays training is kind of normal. But like back in the day, how did you guys train when like UFC was like in single digits? You know, like how did you guys like get ready for fights? Was it like, you know, just wrestling practice and boxing practice were separate, or like what did you do back then?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, you would do wrestling for a couple hours, and then the next day you would do, you know, boxing for a couple hours. You know, you'd always do always do bag work during the day. Sometime always do road work. You know, your weight room. You know, yeah, you would separate it in the combat gym. And then you'd also do the you like you said, you do wrestling and judo one night, boxing and judo, or boxing and wrestling the next night. It was just separated, but you knew eventually you'd have to combine it.
Wow. And then sparring. I mean, did you guys? I know that they've eased up on sparrings allegedly in gyms. Did you guys do hard sparring back then?
Oh hell yeah, we did hard sparring. Oh yeah. Had Rocco Ciatoli, I had Sam Sotelo, Rainy Martina. They would line up and beat on me. Cramming it.
Wow.
But the thing is, when you're hired to be a sparring partner, you're hired to take the abuse. And, these people who go 100% in the workout room against the guy training for a fight, you got an idiot for a workout partner, an idiot for a trainer. You got to be healthy enough to make it to the fight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're not making it to the fight, then you need to fire somebody. And if you got a whole team of guys who aren't healthy enough to make it to the fight, then you know that your trainer is the idiot in the room. There's no question about that.
Right. Of course. Well, listen, Don, we got to get you back on. We got to figure out the video situation. But listen, you're amazing. It's good to hear from you. Stay safe, and thanks for everything you do, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. Where are you, Don? Where are you nowadays?
I'm at Tucson, Arizona, partner.
Oh hell yeah! All right. Well, maybe next time I come through there, I'll bring you a whiskey. All right?
Yeah, but I haven't had a drink since September 2016.
All right. Well, then maybe I'll bring you some apple juice and we'll pretend it's whiskey. Yeah. Either way.
It was funny because the surgeon said, "Hey, I spent 13 hours on your back. Don't go out there and fuck it up." But
yeah.
Apparently it's been fucking up on itself. So I guess I owe myself a couple of drinks, don't I?
Oh man. Well, I hope you get better, man. I hope you can heal up this back, and just enjoy your damn retirement.
Hey, baby, I'm Don fucking Frye. I'm good old me down forever.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper ain't chasing me. I'm chasing him.
Hell yeah, Don. All right.
All right, take care, brother.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're back. Who the fuck leaves a meeting to take a shit? And not even saying that you're leaving to take a shit. Like what?
I put it in the chat. On the thing.
Nobody's on the chat but you. Like who does?
No, I know. I just looked at the chat like after the Don Frye Ween taking a shit incident happened, and pretty weird.
Who does that? Like what kind of? I mean, we're unprofessional, but like you just leave and take a dump.
Dude,
it's
that
on
freaking
next
hit me
level
hard,
of
dude.
Perceptionality.
You're never gonna have a job in like an office, just so you know. Not that you
hope not.
But like, who does that? You really are next level.
I didn't know it was gonna kick me out for being idle. I just thought I would be gone for like 3 minutes, come back, turn my camera back on and my mic. I didn't think it was gonna end the whole thing.
Dude, you're so funny, bro. Like you're like you're out of your mind.
Wait, so what happened? Did I just drop the thing or what happened?
No, what happened was we just saw you're like still mug. So then I just like X'd you out, but I can't X you out without not allowing you back. I don't understand that part.
Yeah, it's like something you have to turn on to allow people that have left to rejoin. I don't understand it.
Yeah. So and then I couldn't find where it was. So you're gonna have to edit that part out of the podcast because this is me like fumbling around.
Oh, it's fine as long as it didn't like ruin the recording.
And where are you? Can you see Mayhem?
Here I am.
What can you do, Weendawg?
Rock you like a hurricane.
It's so funny, man.
Sorry, we're still rocking and rolling. Just a little hiccup. Stupid ass Zoom.
I like Don Frye. He's a great guy, huh?
But he doesn't know tech worth of shit. He's got a lot of surgery. Got me nervous, man. Fucking hell. I know I've taken some damage in my career, but damn, I hope my damn back doesn't go crazy like that. it was making me fucking feel weird during the fact that I couldn't see his face, and he was telling all these horrific stories of surgery. I was like, man, and he like had a stroke in the parking lot. Like, damn it, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but he never got. I mean, Don Frye would just get into just hockey fights every time. Your fights were obviously amazing, but it seemed like he took a lot more damage in his career than you did in yours. No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I will hope so, but I mean, I feel bad that he's giving his body for us, for our entertainment, and I hope I hope he can be comfortable.
No, I agree with you, right? That he did, but some people would say he gave his body because he chose the profession. He loves doing what he's doing. Is it really like sacrificing for our entertainment, or also sort of something like he loves doing?
Yeah, it's both. Yeah, but also I think that younger dude. I'm glad that we had him on. I'm glad that he told about all that, because I know as a young man I did not realize like the injuries ahead of me. I did not realize like how bad, because most guys who once you get injured, you're kind of out of the gym, so you never really see that. You never see how bad injuries can get. You never see you don't see that side of it. You see only the young dudes who are ready to throw themselves into a car wreck every night, and now it's like more well known, especially documentaries about pro wrestlers and whatnot, and you see how hard life is. But when you're young, you don't think about that. You're invincible, especially somebody who's going to fight in the cage. Back to Jon Jones, it's hard not to feel invincible when, one night every 2 months, you are invincible.
And the thing about Don Frye also, and I agree with what you said, is that a lot of people just remember the Takayama fight, which is probably like the best fight ever.
Oh, that was the most memorable one for sure.
But he was also an All-American wrestler.
Yeah.
I think he might have made the Olympic qualifiers. Wasn't Olympian, but was like right there. And he was also I think he was like undefeated boxer. So he wasn't just one of these guys, let's say the equivalent to like a Mike Perry, of let's just go out there and brawl. I mean, he was a really skilled fighter. Not that Mike Perry isn't a skilled fighter, but Don Frye was sometimes I think Diego Sanchez fell into that a little bit, where they were fighting, let's say, for the crowds, like I said, where it was just rock and sock and robots. Let's get into wars, versus maybe winning more boring fights, but not entertaining the crowds as much. What do you think is more important? To win a boring fight, would you rather have like a John Fitch type career where, you had a great career?
I mean, why are you even asking me this question? I did the dumbest, craziest shit in my fights, okay? Like, we both know I would, like, talk to the crowd in the middle of the match. You know what I mean? I would gesture. I would act out. I did kung fu moves sometimes. Like, for me, it was all about the show. I wanted to win, but that was, like, kind of because the climate changed. Like, I came in after Don Frye, like, right when Don Frye was on the way out. And in that era, it was spectacle. And I saw MMA going away going the direction of entertainment. And what happened was that they changed it into the boxing model, where the only thing that matters is that if you win, excitement takes a back seat. Yeah, we want the fights to be exciting, but who bought the UFC? Who made it legal? That was somebody from the boxing commission over there at Zuffa. So they just completely transferred the boxing model into mixed martial arts. And what happened was it changed into boxing, and winners, were more lauded over the excitement. And, that's where we are today.
But you also, but Mayhem also, you also were like brilliant with the way you did it though. Like, cause your walkouts were exciting as hell. You would do a lot of those kung fu things of like GSP knocks you down and you just, spring back up and break down and stuff. But you didn't necessarily take a lot of unnecessarily damage. It was like almost like you would do that around the fight sometimes. Like,
Well, look, bro, at the peak of my career, bro, like I was like, I could get away with that. Like I could do, I was good enough to be able to also fuck around. So, not to toot my damn own horn too much, but I had an era there where I was just awesome. You know what I mean? Then later on, it was fucking rough. Injuries pile up, and that's just the way of the sport. But I feel like there's a couple dudes out there right now kind of doing it. Style Bender, right? You got who else? Even Connor can have that type of fuck around mentality because he's such a damn good fighter. So it's still out there. It's still survived, but it's not heralded. There's no organization out there. You got the UFC, and then you got UFC clones where they're doing the same sport, the exact same rules, and under a different name. So I think that, I don't know, let's see what happens after this pandemic calms down, because I've been talking to some people about doing my own damn thing, and hopefully we can start something new.
Yeah, no, interesting what you said that. But I'm always for, like, obviously, exciting fights are awesome, but I feel like there's always going to be guys that are just going to, like Diego Sanchez, just going to throw down, where I want to see the guy effective winning. Even if it's not even like, I like Khabib even before his old style. People hate it. I loved watching Ben Askren fight. Even Ben Askren of like take a guy down, see what he can do. See if he could actually this. Even Ryan Hall with his crazy jiu-jitsu. Ryan Hall, he's like a black.
I remember that. Yeah.
He's like a high level black belt in jiu-jitsu. There's all kinds of like rolling, what are they called? Imanari rolls to like.
Yeah. Okay, I remember the guy. Yeah.
But he isn't necessarily the most style pleasing fights. But I could see both sides of it. I
tapped out Imanari with the damn leg lock, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, in practice, yeah. I had to, because he's the most famous. He tried to do it to me, and I got him in it. It's just a little side.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was he upset about it, or was he cool about it?
No, he super respectful, but also, you know what I mean? I outweighed him. I like kind of cheating I felt like I was cheating. I used my weight against him.
Is that cheating?
There's some type of thing where if you know that you outweigh a guy, you don't really like tap him out. Like if you're way bigger and better, like if you're way bigger than a guy, and if there's like a type of jiu-jitsu code, you don't like show off on him. But because he's him, I had to do a leg lock just for my own like personal to let myself know I'm one of the best leg lock guys in the world. It's a young guy mentality, and nowadays I wouldn't do that, but back then I felt I had to.
So MMA news: Gilbert Burns and Michael Chiesa have agreed to fight.
Good fight.
Now,
haven't we been saying that for like 4 days?
Well, yeah, but I keep saying it, but you keep doing something else, so you never actually comment on it. You're like, I don't know, getting a blowjob or like something. Interesting proposition. So Michael Chiesa is the better all-around fighter. Burns is the better jiu-jitsu guy, but he's, I think, a lot better. Do you think it's better to be better at one thing, or better at all, but be not as good? You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, it depends on, it's easy to like do that thing where we look at the fighters as like EA Sports, characters where you can put like all your points into jiu-jitsu, and then you're, the greatest jiu-jitsu guy. But mixed martial arts is like, it's more complex than that, because it's about the style. It's about, okay, you're the best jiu-jitsu guy, but you don't know how to box. You'll be great. You'll be fine as long as the dude doesn't have takedown defense. like this weird rock, paper, scissors game,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So, yeah, sure. The generalist should win, right? The guy who has all the skills every which way, I think percentage-wise, yeah, he should win. But what if he doesn't really know how to defend like an inside trip? He never run across that. You know what I mean? Like that you know, you laugh, but there's a lot of wrestling gyms, you know, or like gyms, MMA gyms that have wrestlers that are only freestyle guys. So then you never see any Greco-Roman wrestling. You never see any judo. So there's so many different styles to contend with that, you know, there's a key for every lock, you know. So if that guy has the best jiu-jitsu and can get him to the ground and tap him out, yeah, of course he's going to win. But, you know, the generalist, I think, is always a smart bet.
By the way, people want to know if Jessica I followed you back.
Oh, I don't know. Did she?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll check. I'll check after the show. I mean, maybe she does. I don't know. I didn't get a real follow back vibe from her.
So Zuffa, obviously, you know that Zuffa's doing boxing now too?
No, they're not.
Yeah,
That's
they
like it's dead in the water. I already heard about that.
I'm telling you, Zuffa is fighting in boxing.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're gonna just start promoting boxing now, right?
Yeah.
And who's in charge of that company? Dana.
Dana, yeah.
So Dana is gonna be a boxing promoter.
I heard that word is they're trying to make Manny Pacquiao versus McGregor. That's what I heard.
Okay, I want to see that. I'll be impressed.
Do you?
If they put that together, I'll be impressed.
I mean, Pacquiao kills him though.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't even understand how the fuck Conor McGregor, right, didn't just double leg Mayweather and slam him on his head. Sure. What, you know, they'll fine you. Sure. But then, like, you don't get beat up. You know what I mean?
I know.
And you make $49 million.
Every single person that I know who either is a boxer or like a boxing aficionado says that Mayweather carried McGregor for those rounds.
I don't think so. I think that Mayweather carries everybody because, damn, you know what? There was a fight that Mayweather did, and I feel so bad not knowing the guy's name because I literally changed my style to be more like this boxer. He's like kind of an unknown boxer who would do really unorthodox stuff, weird stuff.
Emmanuel Augustus, right?
Augustus, there we go.
Yeah,
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I knew your encyclopedic knowledge was worth something. So I stole a lot of
the Drunken Master.
Exactly, and I totally did a bunch of that style. You know what I mean? I totally took it. After that fight, because Mayweather got rocked a bunch of times, he turned into this defensive guy, and it was smart that he did that. You know, because it led him to win 25 more fights. You know, and go on to undefeated record. But, you know, Mayweather, I don't think he carried him. I just think that Mayweather always fights conservatively because there's no reason to not – you got 12 rounds to get the job done. There's no reason to, give him a chance to touch your head. And to be honest, you know, Mayweather over the years took a lot of shots, a lot of damage. And as you get older, the reality is you can't take as many shots as you could.
I love that guy. I think that guy's fights against Mickey Ward were classic too. The Drunken Master.
Classic. Yep.
Yeah, I love that guy's fighting. He was a very underrated fighter, underappreciated fighter.
And look, the exact thing that he did, those things translated into MMA. Like the stance switching, moving off rhythm, those things totally a lot of my guys haven't got to that level yet, but I intend to coach my students in this style because it really throws off an orthodox type fighter. It really throws it off, and the skills that I learned over at King's MMA can be ported over to that Emmanuel Augustus style, but for Muay Thai, not just for boxing. So yeah,
I remember back in the day, you started a school at Rampage's place, and there was a fat kid. You made him put a chair over his head for an hour. And
no, this kid, listen, the kid wouldn't listen. All right, this kid, he was like 10, and look, I had just got done coaching like the best dudes in the world. You know what I mean? I was like part of training camps, for Fabricio Verdub, Rampage, Jackson. We did a bunch of training camps. I did, training camps over at Team Rain with like, Mark Munoz. We did all these training camps with these top guys. And then Rampage had me coaching fucking 12-year-old, like 8-year-olds. And look, along with other in the same class, who's like good fighters, like real fighters to the left, and then like 8-year-old fat kid and his black friend from school, okay? And these kids, they just wouldn't stop goofing off. We're like drilling the move, yeah. And I just, I'm not proud to admit it. In fact, I'm ashamed. But yeah, I made the kid put the chair over his head and walk back and forth until he could get it together.
Well, this is Don Frye's back. He just texted me.
Oh my God.
That looks like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, that was one picture of his back. Oh my
Damn.
God. Yeah, this is another.
Well, I mean, now I'm turned on.
Look at his back right here. Oh God.
No, yuck. Bro, okay, I gotta go. I'm done with this.
We got Dean Thomas coming in.
Bro, I gotta call in. Are you serious? What do you mean? All right, well, I got 15 minutes before I'm supposed to call into a serious show.
All right.
It's satellite radio. So
okay.
What the hell? What happened to Dean?
Dean can only do 2:00. He said.
Oh, okay.
So I'm calling him right now. Dean Thomas. There we go. Oh man, it's crazy. So are you and Mark Munoz? Have you actually cool yet? You guys make up?
I mean, I haven't had any reason to talk to him, so I haven't talked to him. Yeah.
Do you think maybe you should call him up and be like, "Hey man, my bad," or no?
About what? My bad about what? I didn't even. I mean, look. Yeah, look. The whole MMA community. Look, I don't even blame them for being slow to like welcome me back. Okay, to be honest, I was out there for a good long time, and I was so like angry, and I was so living on the edge of society, like not just MMA. I'm talking human society. I was like out there living on the fringes. I wanted to get into as many crazy situations as I could. And, well, I succeeded. I think I told the story at the beginning where I almost got shot in the face. So, and that was just one time. So, yeah, I get it. Everybody is normal, and I was being abnormal. Yeah. So,
but no. Did you wake up in the morning? I mean, did you wake up in the morning, right? Because every day, you ever wake up in the morning and then say, "I'm going to be productive today. I'm going to."
No, I was productive. But it was just in bad stuff. It was like I was productive in doing crazy stuff, hanging out with criminals, doing gangster shit. And, I'm not proud of it. And I've like, I've evolved. I've moved on from that era.
Well, I know, but but like every day starts off with a pretty clean slate. So you wake
Does it?
Well, let's say you wake up, you eat breakfast. Right. Then
you water your 98 marijuana plants. Yeah. And then what? And then
you take about 3 or 4, 5, 6 pills of something.
Yeah. And then do some cocaine off the hooker's ass. Right. And then and then what? And then I'm supposed to what? Supposed to what? Do my taxes after that?
I'm just trying to picture what your days ended up like. Cause like every time I ran into you, you were very nice.
So what?
You were always nice.
I was nice.
Yeah, you're always nice. I mean, you're a little out there, but nice. I mean, be kind. People liked you,
Yeah.
But I was just trying to think, like, like at what point, like the SWAT team incident, right? So like the
Which one?
parole officer comes to your door. He says, "Hey, you violated your parole because you contacted with a girl or something." And you're like, "Fuck."
No. Again, you're like all over the
You
place.
texted somebody you shouldn't have texted or something.
You and your fake news narrative. Yeah,
So
that was not exactly what happened.
A text or something. Or you text somebody.
No, not at all. It was I missed the court date, and I was going to the court that day with my paperwork, and instead, one of the cops came running at me with his pistol pointed at me. I had like a panic attack. I hadn't slept in days. It was like, yeah, it was, man. You know what? I'll tell the story on the next show.
Okay.
Where I tell, because I don't really got time to get into all this.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the little teaser. That's That's how the incident started.
I remember watching KTLA, and then they were like helicopter.
And I was live tweeting the whole incident. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, don't worry. You know what? Now that you bring it up, I'll think it up. Tomorrow, let's have some good guests on the show, and I'll give you the whole breakdown of the whole incident.
Was it me or did Rashad? All right, Rashad Evans says to me, "Hey, I want to come on tomorrow, same time, right?" So I say, "Okay, let's do 12:30." Then I text him and I say, "Amazing job today. Talk to you tomorrow, 1:30 again. You rule." He writes back, "My man," right? 1:30, I hit him up, nothing. 1:45,
Yeah.
Are you ghosting me? That's what I said to him. He goes, "LOL, no, my brother, I was training." Okay, but didn't we have like a text agreement that this was going to go on? I mean, what am I missing here?
Bro, you can't really make plans with a toad head, bro. I'm just telling you, I'm just warning you right now. He's going full amphibian on us, bro.
Okay.
He's been licking toads all weekend.
Thomas says, Thursday, 2:00. Is that locked? That's okay with you. Done, booked. Thanks, my man. I got you, champ. Skype, regular call. Zoom conference call. He writes, boom. Now it's 2:00 and there's nothing. So what is it me?
Bro, I just think it's you. You just don't know how to talk to the black community, bro. I really think that maybe you should like let me, you know what I mean, be your black diplomat. I'll try to talk to the African American community for you, because I just don't think that you know how to communicate effectively.
Okay, really? So what should I say? How would you communicate?
You say, "Yo, my man, it's Adam Hunter, straight up in the house, bro. Holla at your boy." I think if you
people get offended by that, like I'm sort of
definitely, but at least they'll talk to you instead of ghosting you.
All right, hold on. Yo, this is okay. I'm gonna write that to Dean. Holla at your boy.
Yo, holla at your boy. Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
Greenberg.
All right, holla at your boy. Yeah, is it ya boy or yo?
Yeah, ya boy. You want to go ahead and go YABOY.
Right,
make sure to add "know what I'm saying" at the end of every sentence.
Oh.
Holla at, really?
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I put holla at your boy. All right, so we'll give him 5 minutes. If not, this podcast is over.
Bro, this podcast has been over for like an hour, bro. Like, I'm just doing this just because I want Violet to go to college one day. So,
Okay.
and I think that we got something golden here.
I do.
And
Well, honestly,
but to be honest, this show has been a fucking train wreck since way before Weendawg took a shit live on air.
All right. Well, all right. So he said, you know what? You're right. I put holla at your boy. He says going in now. So that
you're
worked.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow. How did you know that?
I know. Come on, bro. I'm the Black Whisperer.
Black Whisperer.
Come on. I was like, me and Rampage were like best friends for like 10 years. And that's about the blackest dude that you can be friends with.
You're the Black Whisperer?
Yeah.
How many black women have you hooked up with, by the way?
Ooh, man. That's my flavor, man. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I have a proclivity towards the dark meat, if you know what I mean.
Well,
I don't know how many, but you know, from time to time, I've definitely, you know, been lucky enough to get, have some fun with the Nubian princess.
Well, I saw Magnum XLs at your house, and I was shocked that you wear condoms.
No, those are just hacks, bro. Those are party hacks. Yeah. What am I, a sailor? I'd be throwing those things. I'd be like snapping those things on my wrist every time I think a bad thought.
By the way, my wife says that you trying to put back the IUD was the grossest thing she's ever heard in her life. And that you have to be a doctor to do that. So were you lying, or did you really jam?
No. Hey, Dr. Mayhem knows how to do it. I definitely did that. It's a true story. I wish I could talk to the woman that I wish you could talk to her about that time of my life, but she was a very prudish kind of chick. She would freak out if she knew I was talking about that.
Why would she let you take an IUD and first take it out and then
yank it out?
And then
yank it out like I was starting a lawnmower, bro.
And then put it back in. I mean, what type of...
I'd wash it off. I don't know. I put it on the nightstand, too. I would never wash that nightstand, you know. I'm just lucky that my Weendawg didn't fucking run away with it like he usually did.
Oh, here we go.
Look who's in the house. And I bet you he knows how to work this thing, where you push the button, push the add video. Come on, Din Thomas. I know you know how to do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don Frye, like, epic failed at putting the video on, and I don't even know why.
I was honestly was impressed that he got that far as he did.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I'm really not kidding. I was just like, Don Frye's an old school guy though, man. Like he's so ahead of his time, like in so many ways, like just Don Frye, man.
You should do ASMR. ASMR, anybody?
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
Hey,
whisper to the mic.
Maybe you turn your fucking microphone down. Jesus Christ, you scared the shit out of me right now.
I'm sorry.
I almost shit myself live on air, like you do. Hey, Din, please tell me.
Yo, what up?
Hey, Din, do us a favor. Push the button. Get on the video. Push the center of the screen, and then at the left, bottom left, there's a start video button.
Start video? Let me see.
Please do. We want to see your handsome face.
All right, let me try to get this right.
It's actually on. He's that black.
Racism at its finest.
Man, what the hell? Hold on. Oh, here we go.
He's smiling. Those are his teeth. The Dean Thomas.
No, God.
There I am.
Yeah.
What's up, Dean Thomas? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. What's happening?
You're here with Mayhem Miller and Weendawg.
What's up?
How's it going, man? First of all, congrats. You're the only guy I know who opens up a new gym during a pandemic.
No, it's worse than that, Adam. I didn't open up a gym. I just quit my job, and now I'm jobless during a pandemic.
Oh, damn.
No, okay, why did you quit American Top Team?
I don't know, man. I wanted to be able to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, it's just like I didn't want to be a part of a system no more. I just wanted to do my own thing.
But weren't you?
It's just bad timing.
Weren't you doing your own thing anyway, though, kind of?
I kind of was, but I mean, I still had to answer to people and show up on like the meetings and stuff like that. And I was just tired of that. I was just like, you know what? I just want to do my own thing. I don't feel like, answering to people.
Now, okay.
So now you have a new training camp, or like, did you bring some of the guys from over there? And what's the gym called so that once this whole thing blows over and maybe, the survivors can stagger into your gym, what's the place?
I don't have a gym. That's the thing. I don't even have a gym. I'm just like freelancing right now. Like I got a couple spots that I can go to and bring people that I still work with, but I'm just trying to like condense and consolidate the people that I'm working with anyway. I don't really want to work with a lot of people. I only want to work with a couple people, invest in them, put my energy into them, and see if we can make some real money.
I mean, two of the people you're coaching right now, Amanda Nunes is unbelievable, world champion. I mean, you're her guy. Tyron Woodley, ranked #1 in the world. He's your guy. Are they going to come with you? Because I mean, there's no way that you're. I mean, you know these people. I mean, you're locked in with them.
Well, me and Tyron are always going to be together, but Amanda, we might have to separate. We'll part ways because she's still going to stick with American Top Team probably. But me and Tyron are always going to be together.
Wow. That's crazy. And then we had Colby Covington on, and I was like, oh yeah, Colby and you. I mentioned your name, and he's like, I don't train with Dean. Well, what happened there?
Yeah, I don't train with Colby.
Why?
Me and Colby used to share the same office though. So I'd have to sit in his office around all his Trump paraphernalia. He had like Trump foam hands and pens and everything else.
Wait, why does Colby have an office at the gym?
Well, he did because that character that he created, he had to they were coming up with ideas and things like that.
Turn your volume a little down, right? Is it kind of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're blowing my eardrums out, Dean. I appreciate that, but I feel like I'm getting hit with a left hook every time you yell.
So by the way, if you don't know,
my fault. Let me calm down a little bit.
No. It's just. I think it's just never mind. Who cares? Yell all you want.
So Dean Thomas, if you obviously
no, I'm good.
Mayhem. He's not only obviously a legendary fighter and coach,
definitely,
but you don't know he takes 3 improv classes. He's a hilarious stand-up comic, an amazing actor, and probably the best Stephen A. Smith impersonator in the history of the world. That was unbelievable, man. That was so funny.
Yeah, but I can't do it Jim Norton asked me to do it yesterday, and I was like, man, I haven't done it since that day, and I've only done it that day. I can only do it when I work on it for a day, but I can't even do it right now.
Did Stephen A. Smith actually see that?
I hope so. I'm sure he did, but he didn't say nothing though.
Oh man.
I'm hoping he reaches out. I'm gonna do it again though. Don't worry. It's coming again. As soon as all this mess is over, I'm bringing it back out.
Now listen, all these people you were training though. You were training Jillian Robertson, all Poirier, all these top fighters. The girls. Joanna Jędrzejczyk was one of your people, right? Are you? What's your name? Are you still gonna train these people?
No, the only Jillian will probably still come with me. I don't know. That's in the air, but I got a couple people that might ride out with me. But other than that, listen, I'm not going to steal anybody. I'm not trying to take anybody from American Top Team. And Joanna, she trains most of the Mike Brown anyway. Dustin Poirier trains the Mike Brown anyway. So a lot of them won't be affected, but the ones that I still work with, they'll probably come with me. If not, then hey, listen, that's fine too.
What about Masvidal?
Masvidal, I never worked with Masvidal either.
All right. So what happened? Tell us the truth.
I would hang out with them sometimes.
So you banged? What happened? You banged some chick?
No.
You and Mike Brown shared the same girl. Tell us what happened? What's the real?
Nothing, man. I've been there. I've been with them for 19 years. 19 years. It's time to move on.
Mayhem, what do you think happened?
Listen, I don't know what happened, but I know the political situation can get extreme, and I know that you're not telling us anything, Dan. Come on, bro. You're not gonna break any news. What? Oh, you just one day said, "Oh, here's a coronavirus. I'm just gonna quit the job, quit going to the gym. I quit." That's what happened.
No,
I'm reckless.
Yeah, you are. Makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah. But all right. You're talking to Mayhem, so obviously I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask you. All right. So there was a situation, obviously, a couple months ago, or maybe even more, where one of the guys you're training, Greg Hardy. He started using an inhaler right during the fight, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
No one has ever.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
You gave him an inhaler to use. You and Dana White are good friends. You're on that show looking for a fight. Dana White's like, "What the fuck was Dean Thomas thinking?" What happened after that? You guys did you say my bad or what happened?
Yeah, man, I called him up and apologized. And he's like, "Yo, what the hell were you thinking?" I said, "Man, the commission told me I could. I asked the commission right there. I said, can he use this?" And the commission said, yes. Is it approved? And Greg said, yeah. So the commission said that he could. That was the only reason why I gave it to him, because I would have never gave Greg an inhaler. But the commission said that he could. So I was like, all right, well, here.
So
but Dana was pissed.
Yeah, why was Dana pissed? I don't even understand.
Oh, well, Dana was pissed because, it was a whole big thing. They overturned the decision and this, that, and the third. So, I was a bit embarrassed. I was afraid to call Dana because I thought he was going to fire me from looking for a fight.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things, Mayhem. So him and Sarah and Dana have that you're looking for a fight, and they're at a country bar and they get to sing the blues, right? So Dana calls me up and he's like, "Hey man," he goes, "I want you to write songs about us, roast the shit out of us, make fun of us. Nothing's off limits." A blues. I had to learn how to write a blues song, right? So I make fun of Dean. I go, yeah, I have a body by Oprah or something, or Precious, and like, because at the time he lost a lot of weight. He was getting up there, right? I make fun of Matt Serra.
Yeah.
And I go off like 3-page song about Dana White, like all this shit about him. Like, I'm like, fuck it. He calls me up. He's like, "Dude, I can't say this shit." Like, you fucking, like,
You went too far.
I went way too far, right? Like, I mean, personal stuff about his parents, all this shit, right? So he's like, then he goes out. So he goes out and like, I used to host Boxercise, like just all this shit, right? So he goes out and gets a real country singer to write him like won like 50 Grammys. Dean and Sarah do some of my song. They kill, Dana bombs. Like,
Yeah.
He sure does.
Al.
He had like Gary Clark Jr. like write his song for him or something like that. Like he had, I forgot who it was, but like you're right now. I used some of Adam's stuff and I just kept it real simple. I just kept it simple. And me and Matt ended up killing it. Dana ended up bombing. Yeah.
Oh man.
I even asked him, how'd it go? He goes, "Not good." He said, "Not good."
Did you see the last one where he didn't jump off the cliff
No, I didn't see that one.
in Hawaii?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He didn't jump off the cliff?
Yeah, that might. Yeah, he didn't jump off the cliff. That might have been one of his lowest moments.
Man, wow.
Yeah, we jumped off.
I like saw.
Yeah, we were on a cliff in Hawaii.
I know. I saw the build-up and the build-up and the build-up. It reminded me of like back when he didn't box Tito. Remember that? That was so weird. It was like a 30.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah, about Dana White hitting the bag. It was. I don't know. It's a bizarre thing. Yeah.
So now, are you nervous now?
Yeah,
I mean, how big of an income was it for you, this gym? I mean, are you nervous, Dean? For real?
No, I'm not nervous. I mean, it's obviously going to be a hit right now, but I feel like the good news is everybody's taking a hit right now. But I'm still going to work with some fighters. Everybody's been offering me jobs and wanting to train with me, so I'm not really worried about that. But I also want to do some online stuff, more online stuff. I have an online project I want to put together that I'm just totally in control of, and just try to simplify my life and make it easier for myself, because going to the gym every day and training these animals all the time, like, it's time consuming and it hurts. I'm getting old, so I'm just trying to slow that down a little bit.
Now, you were an amazing fighter. You're awesome, and obviously legendary fights. I know Tyron Woodley is your guy, and Tyron recently said, like, he got a little caught up in Hollywood. He went broke, bought a bunch of houses, bunch of cars. Like, now, as his trainer, how hard is it for you to communicate, like, "Hey man, we got to slow down," or "We got to focus," that kind of thing?
It was very hard. Like, there were times I had to slow him down. We were in LA training for a fight once, and he was trying to buy like a $4,000 picture of Tupac, and I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Nah." So yeah, keeping Tyron, and that's why I keep him around, because I kind of keep him in check a little bit, because if I'm not careful, man, he's Hollywood. He could be Hollywood sometimes, and sometimes I got to keep him in check. But I think when we were training for this last fight, it was very serious. So we took Leon Edwards serious, so he was in check. I mean, we barely went out to eat, so like we were just gym training and then go home, training and go home. So I think Tyron realizes where he's at now, and everything's good.
Yeah, because I saw, number one, you're right. He looked amazing. He was did you go to Thailand with him?
I didn't go to Thailand with him. He asked me to go. I didn't go with him because I said, that's an expense that you probably don't need. And again, so I'm trying to keep his costs down as low as possible. So I didn't go to Thailand with him. But as soon as he came back, we went to Atlanta and hung out in Atlanta and made everything work out there.
Were you at Dan Bilzerian's party with him?
No. That's why I don't go to the parties, man. You know me.
Yeah, I know. You're a great guy.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to the parties and I don't do the rap stuff. And I told Tyron that. I said, man, I'm not doing the rap stuff. I can't do the rap stuff.
Got it. By the way, when I was in Miami, Dean took me out to Soul Food. That was one of the best nights I had, man. Thank you for that. That was amazing.
Hell yeah. When you coming back, man? Adam, when you coming back down, man? We gotta go get some soul food, man.
I was supposed to come back in April to do Boca, and they canceled that. They canceled that because of this. So I don't know when I'll come.
Oh
back.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Mayhem, any questions for the great Dean Thomas?
Man, I don't know. So many. What's the deal with your comedy, bro? Like, how did you really start jumping into that? Because you're fucking hilarious. And I think that maybe you probably are a lot funnier than Adam. So maybe maybe you can start booking you some gigs with him.
Yeah.
I started doing improv. No, I started doing improv comedy like 10 years ago. And I was doing that because I was acting, but I didn't really feel like remembering lines. So I wanted a chance to act without having to remember lines. So I just started doing improv comedy. And then it just kind of, that's how it started. And then in terms of stand-up, I did stand-up on Dana White Looking for a Fight. Adam was the host for that. And then Adam was like, yo, man, why don't you do some more shows? And then, I don't know, whenever Adam was in the area or if I was in Vegas and Adam had a show, he would put me on. So I got to give Adam, kind of the credit for putting me on to doing stand-up. But I haven't really done that as much recently just because just been focusing on other things.
Well, bro, man, if you go up, I'll go up. Adam, bro, let's take this thing on the road, bro.
1,000%. He had a hilarious story about fighting BJ Penn where he's in there and then he gets hit. You could tell the story.
No, well, I mean, that was for I mean, I don't know, man. I just, it's not gonna be funny now, but I mean, but it was actually true. I mean, it's true. Like I didn't, like BJ.
Wait, what happened?
I thought I was gonna knock his head off. Well, when I fought BJ.
Yeah. What happened?
I
don't remember. I was there at that fight. I think. What happened?
Well, just I swung the biggest punch I've ever swung in my life, and in my head, I swear to God, I thought I hit BJ, but really, what happened was I missed it. He kneed me in the face and knocked me out. And the next thing I know, I was waking up in the ambulance. Yeah, I was waking up. Yeah, so
but
that's.
He woke up going, "I'm the champ," and then
yeah.
His friends were like, that's not really how it went down.
Yeah,
bro, I've been there. Yeah,
I woke up like that. Yeah. Hey, Mayhem, ain't you from Atlanta?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I lived there for a long time. It's like my unofficial hometown,
Yeah, man, Atlanta's so dope, man. Like, I know you probably get along there. There's a lot of black people there. I know how you like.
Yeah. I was trying actually, but like, just so you know, just so you don't hear from somewhere else. Like, we did a whole thing like 5 minutes ago because none of the black fighters that Adam was texting him back. Rashad didn't text him back, and he's like, "How do I get him to text me back?" And I just said, "Tell him holla at your boy," and then you did, and then you responded. So I'm the diplomat for the African American community. I'm Adam's diplomat. I like to reach out across color lines.
Yeah.
That's good. You like the buffer. But Adam, now I just got finished my show, so that's what took me so long. Listen, man, I'm always text you back. I'm good around white people. Don't worry about that.
No, he came to the show one time with a girlfriend who had like a cowboy hat. Remember that girlfriend you had?
No,
yeah, she came to the show.
Yeah, that's Vin's style, right? You're like into that, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good,
I told you.
Good for you, man.
Dude, one of the funniest stories you told me also was you and Crazy Horse. You and Crazy Horse were going to a fight together, right? And you had to drop him off home or something.
Yeah, man. I took Crazy Horse because he's from Ocala, Florida, and I took Crazy Horse home one time, and it was probably like 4 a.m, and he had 7 brothers between the ages of like 8 and 17, and they were all awake from the night before. None of them were asleep. They were all playing video games. We showed up to his house. He didn't have a door handle. Where the door handle was supposed to be, it was a rag hanging out. And then, and like on the door, it was like the window. It didn't have a window there. It was a cookie sheet nailed to it. So yeah, so I opened up his door. We go inside the house. All his brothers were still awake from the night before. He had no food in the house. He had a big freezer. I opened up the freezer with nothing in it but a dead roach and a steak. I was like, man, let me go out of this beast, man.
Oh my God.
Crazy
Horse. That sounds appropriate for Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I was like, dude, who lives here? It's like just me and my brothers. It was like 8 of them that lived there.
Well, now that you're not with American Top Team, tell us the truth. What the fuck happened with Colby and Masvidal? Colby and with Joanna. So Colby says that Joanna asked him to go on a date, and then Colby said no, and then Joanna got upset, and that Joanna was banging Masvidal, and then what's going on over there?
Man, I don't know all of that stuff. Like, I don't know if any of that is true. I doubt it, though. I just know that Joanna never liked Colby. They used to work out together, and she never liked him. I don't know if it was like a personal thing with that, but she never did like him. But I do know this, is that, Colby and Masvidal never were in at the same time. But the one time they were in, Masvidal did call him a bitch. I do know that. And Colby and Dustin were never really in at the same time. And the one time that they were in at the same time, Dustin tried to run up on him, and they got separated before it happened. So like, there's definitely anything you hear about them in terms of like whether it's fake or real. It was real. It was real beef between all of them.
Now, because Colby says that him and Masvidal were double teaming girls, and that Masvidal came early and was jealous that Colby had better cardio in the bedroom. Could you confirm any of this?
Oh my God.
I don't know, Adam, man, that's so silly, man. That's so stupid. I can't confirm or deny any of that, but they probably did use to double team girls. I mean, because they used to hang out a lot. I mean, they was homeboys. I mean, they like back in the day they was cool, but then once they fell out, I don't know, man. But Masvidal's not the dude to mess with, man. And Colby should know better because Colby could fight in the cage, but I don't think in the street Colby really is about that life, and Masvidal is.
Now, did you reach out to Jon Jones today and ask him what he did? What's going on?
Man, I should though. I haven't reached out to him yet. That's crazy. Though. What's going on with Jon Jones? Why this dude can't stay out of trouble?
But like,
bro,
I don't.
We've been talking about it the whole time. Like, we basically are like starting like a social workers sewing circle where we're all trying to figure out strategies how to help Jon Jones because the man just don't want to be helped. He's grown ass man. He can do what he wants. So I guess he's going to be firing his AR-15 off in the damn sky like a damn Mexican celebrating quinceañera.
He's allowed to have an AR-15.
Yeah, he probably ain't a felon.
Is that what he had?
Yeah, I heard allegedly he was firing in the air while drinking Masvidal's tequila or something. And I swear,
That's amazing.
That's the word on the street.
Maybe it was like a whole viral publicity stunt. He was just trying to get Masvidal paid. I don't know.
Yeah, that's great marketing for Masvidal. I'm like, damn, I want some now. But that's crazy. Like we're in a quarantine. We got a quarantine going on, and he still finds a way to get arrested. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I know.
Now I heard that American Top Team in the dorms, you got to be out at 9 o'clock. Sleep by 9. You can't have girls there. No fucking in the dorms. No weed. No drugs. It's very strict. When you open up your gym, is it going to be just booties and drugs and bitches?
Booties.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I open up a gym with them, that's just gonna be like a strip club. It's gonna be mandatory. You gotta bring a girl with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. No, but it's true. Like a lot of that is true about the American Top Team. Though it's pretty strict, and that's one of the reasons why Walt Harris wasn't allowed back was because he violated some of those rules. Todd Duffy as well. They violated some of them rules and weren't allowed back in the dorm. So
what did they do?
I think with Walt is I think he like had a bottle of alcohol in the dorm and like a bottle of wine rather in the dorm, and they found
What about Todd Duffy?
Todd Duffy? I think Todd Duffy like had weed or some shit.
Hating on the potheads.
Come on.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but I think they just violated some of the rules, and American Top Team was strict about that. They said, "Listen, you violate these rules, you got to go. I don't care how good you are, you got to go."
Did you roll with Shaq?
Kinda. Like that dude, man, like he defies all the laws of jiu-jitsu. Like it doesn't work against him. His body is just too big. And he could do anything. So I was working with him, and man, he defies the laws of jiu-jitsu. Like leverage doesn't work against him. His arms are too long, his body is too big, he smothers you. He don't have to pass your guard to submit you. Like any submission he can do, he can do it inside your guard.
Wow.
Oh my God, yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So did Shaq tap you?
No, well, I didn't enroll with him like competitively. I was just like showing him moves and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So did you tag Shaq?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did I tap Shaq? No, I've never seen. I didn't see him get tapped by anybody. I mean, I've seen him roll with a lot of people. He ain't nobody tapped him.
Wow.
Damn, that's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
great. Mayhem, you know I know that? Shaq say
Look, I met Shaq, man, and it was weird, you know, like shaking a man's hand was like, I felt like a Barbie doll because of damn, you know what I mean? Just wrapped around, and he's right. Because the guy's ducking under doorways, you know, and he's not like, you know, he's like 300 pounds. So it's I don't know. He's like a different class of human. So it's I can imagine it'll be very strange to roll with him.
Yeah. Now, and then is Hector Lombard going to be allowed in your gym?
No.
Oh yeah, you got beef with Lombard?
No, I don't have beef with Lombard, man. Like I like Hector, man. Hector's he's cool, man, but he's so unpredictable. Like he's like the nicest guy. He's like the nicest guy one-on-one. Like it's unbelievable how nice he is, but then he'll just flip the switch, and next thing you know, he'll be pissed off at somebody, and he's like trying to punch you in the face, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah,
he's like a beautiful pit bull. I know what you're talking about. It's like
yeah.
You really, you know, he's wearing a nice collar. You really want to pet him, but you also don't want to take your eyes off him because he might fucking follow you. Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like.
Totally.
Is anyone going to beat Kayla Harrison?
No one. Like, it's unfortunate too, because this is the thing about Kayla Harrison is that regardless of where she fights, I think she's one of the best female fighters in the world. I think probably second to Amanda, but she's also in the worst division in fighting. You know, girls at 155 pounds. I mean, that's the worst division in fighting. And then you got the second best female fighter in the world. So like, there's no one in PFL that's going to beat that girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Or Bellator.
You know what's weird? I want to ask you, Dan. Both guys, like, where the hell is like the super heavyweight women? Because I know they're out there and I know they're fighting, and they're, you know, is the heaviest division? Is it 155 for women? Like
it's like 150. And then you got Gabby Garcia in Japan, who's like 225 pounds. That's it.
I know.
Yeah. But other than that, like
she's a tall glass of water. That's a big woman. You know what I mean? I guess that's the only place you could go, huh? Japan. Wow.
Well, listen, Mayhem.
That's the only place you can go.
Mayhem's got to run. Dean, I want to have you back on every day. You're the fucking.
Yeah, he's great.
You're the best. You're a great guy. You're the man.
Listen, anytime.
Go on.
Anytime y'all want to have me on, all you gotta do is call, brother. I'm here for you.
All right.
And I love y'all.
Beautiful.
I love you too, man. Hell yeah.
Have you guys ever rolled?
Yeah, I love y'all.
Have you and Dean ever rolled together or worked out together?
Nah. Yeah, we will. I'm sure we'll train one day. Now that man,
yeah,
he's awesome.
By the way, Rashad Evans, I talked to him yesterday. He wants to coach with you at your new gym.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he said.
Well, shit, tell him come through, man. Rashad is my boy.
He said he'll take the Black Zillions at Defect, and you take the American top team.
Oh.
And you guys create the Rashad and Dean Combat Sports.
Wow.
I like that idea, actually. Yeah, I would love that.
Combat Sports coup you just created. Good job.
No problem. Well, listen,
I like that idea.
Listen, thank you guys. Talk to you soon, Dean. Be safe.
All right, my man. Y'all be cool, man.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye.